Number 99 also kicks off. He's a straightaway high kicker. Usually kicks it down around the 15-yard line.
Kicking off for East Ascension, Ronnie Clermont, number 9.
I'm really excited. I think we had Broadmoor outmanned last week, but I'm not necessarily sure that we have the Spartans outmanned. They have a full football team and a sideline of folks over there that looks like an NFL team. So they've got a lot of depth like the Baker Buffaloes have.
This ought to be a real good ball game. Sampson picked up the ball at the 14. He's back out. He's out to the 30. He's got a little room. Sampson all the way out to the Baker 43-yard line. Very good return by Sampson.
A good effort there by one of Baker's captains tonight, little number 1, Tony Sampson, who returned the opening kickoff. A beautiful run, Sid.
Something you mentioned about last week's ball game with Broadmoor. They had 9 of their starters had to play both offense and defense. Tonight, East Ascension does not have anybody listed as going both ways. They either playing defense or playing offense. They're similar to Baker as far as the size, squad, and this ought to be a heck of a football game.
Both teams have a great deal of depth.
Mook's back to throw the ball. Got a little pressure. Mook lost the ball that time. That's number 79 with the recovery for Baker. That's Mike Daugherty recovering the ball for Baker. Brings the ball back to the Baker 30-yard line.
Sid, deep to receive for Baker that time was number 88, John Brosette. There he is right there in the picture, going back to the huddle. He had gotten way on down the field that time. Of course, he wasn't open. They had a defender with him, so.
Well, it brings up a second down at 24 for the Buffaloes. Looks like they were coming out throwing off the first down there. First possession of the ball game. Moves back to pass again. There he is. He's got number 2. Alfred Hudson.
Complete to Alfred Hudson. Hudson is back up the 34-yard line. Picks up
about a 4-yard gain. Can bring up third down and 20.
Third down 20.
Well, Baker's first play from scrimmage, Sid, wound up in a net loss for him of 14 yards and put him at a deficit for a second down and some long yardage. So I'm anxious to see what's going to develop out of this drive, if anything.
Third and long, moves back to pass again. He's got Sampson. Oh, right off his fingertip. Beautiful pass, just a little bit long. Sampson just couldn't get under it, but brings up a 4th down and 20 for the Buffaloes. And in the punt for the Buffaloes is number 25, Robert Gerald. Back deep for East Ascension should be number 22. That'll be Victor Darville. He's a deep man, not only on kickoffs, but on punt returns. He's very quick. He's a darting type runner. They usually return with the wedge right up the middle if they can.
Gerald back in punt formation.
Not a very good kick. Came off the side of his foot, taking East Ascension bounce.
Back into midfield strike.
East Ascension's going to have excellent field position. They got the ball 1st and 10 at midfield.
Sid, we don't have a capacity crowd here tonight, but as you can see, we got a lot of folks here in the stands that supporting Baker High School football in this section right here. Of course, this is a reserved seat section. The Baker side is near full, but across the way over there, East Ascension, as you see, brought a lot of folks, but there's still some empty stands. But there are a lot of folks and a big crowd for tonight's ball game.
East Ascension on pitch back to Darville. Darville picks up about 6 yards.
Baker 33-yard line.
Doggone it! It looked like our man got back into the secondary of East Ascension that time early, but there was a little slip or a block there that freed the man up for about a 6 or 7 yard gain, perhaps 7 yards.
Darville is extremely quick, Greg. He's a dangerous little back. Of course, those big linemen he's got up front, they can move some people around. He's got some room to run. Number 12's back to pass. Intercepted that time. That's number 11 for Baker.
Alan Wall.
Timely interception.
Well, that makes you feel a little bit better, Sid. you know, we didn't do much on our first possession that time, and it'll scare you whenever East Ascension takes over the football at the 50-yard line, because these folks have the depth, like we mentioned earlier. We're not going to wear them down like we did against Broadmoor last week. You know, we felt comfortable even though Broadmoor scored early. I wouldn't feel comfortable with East Ascension getting some points on the board before the Buffaloes do now. I'd like to see us be able to score first, if possible, get a couple of scores on the board.
No, especially when you're playing in your own home field, you want to draw that first blood. Hand off to Theron Duncan. Like he picked up about maybe 2 yards. Let's set that Baker offense for you real quick. Up front for Baker at center, we have number 72, Pat Holly. At guards, we have number 63, Bill Bates, and number 64, Corey Taylor. At left tackle, we have number 79, Mike Doherty. Tonight playing right tackle is number 51, Mike Odendahl. At tight end is number 88, John Brosette. And split end is number 6, Ty Thomas. Moves back to pass. Had number 77 for East Ascension, number 34 all over him. Pass was incomplete. A quarterback will be number 7, Chris Moot.
Pass is incomplete.
Flankerback will be number 1, Tony Sampson. The other 2 men in the backfield will be number 2, Alfred Hudson, number 4, Theron Duncan.
That pass that time was intended for a deep pattern, I think, Sid, but everybody was covered, so Mook went for his safety valve man, which was Tony Sampson, and just kind of grounded the ball. Of course, Sampson being covered also.
So far tonight, Baker's come out trying to throw the ball, but East Ascension's been getting through that line. Mook's got plenty of time to throw. He's got the ball out here complete to Brosette. Brosette's all the way down to the East Ascension 40-yard line. It'll bring up a 1st and 10 for the Buffaloes. That time Mook had time to get rid of the ball. He had plenty of time to throw it, and Brosette was wide open out here in the flat.
Well, that's an awesome passing attack, Sid, that we've been expecting all year, coming from last year with the same quarterback and most of the same receivers. It is an awesome attack, and they've got that East Ascension defense split wide open, which also facilitates for some running attack, too, when you can open them up that way. Had plenty of receivers wide and deep that time.
Hand off to Duncan. Fumble on the ball, on the play.
It appears that Baker Buffalo
recovered the ball. Number 7, Chris Mook jumped on the ball. Duncan was hit right about the line of scrimmage. Hit pretty hard. The ball came out, so it's bring up 2nd down and 13. Set that East Ascension defense for you. Up front, at the tackle positions is number 90, Ron Ritchie. Number 77, David Womack. At the defensive end positions is number 98, Ty Babin. Number 99, Ronnie Clement. We'll set the rest of them for you after this play.
I got a little movement on the offensive line that time, Sid. Looked like number 51 at right tackle. That's who the officials are pointing at. I guess that's Mike Odendahl. Things like that happen, and I guess everybody that's ever played any high school football to any extent can be accused of that. I can recall a few nightmarish instances myself. That's just anxious to play. That sometimes shows an aggressiveness of a football player.
That's right. Linebacker positions for East Ascension would be number 34, Ricky Richard. Number 97, Perry Rodriguez. Number 47, Brett Petit. And number 40, Rhett Petit. Must be a couple of brothers there. Number 88 again, John Brosette, all the way down to the East Ascension 25-yard line. Greg, did you see the concentration with Mook that time? He felt the pressure. He knew he had to release the ball quick. He got rid of it quick.
That was beautiful.
Brosette wide open, right open in the middle. Great catch. 1st down for Baker.
Sid, he had a tremendous amount of pressure on him in the backfield. He kept his concentration, like you said, and threaded the needle because Brosette was in traffic whenever he got that football.
Cornerbacks for East Ascension are number 27, Kevin Reddit, and number 3, Troy Painter. At safety is number 8, Toby Wagasback. Theron's got a little room around the right side of the line. Looks like he picked up about 6 yards all the way down to the 19-yard line.
Ball is batted at the 19.
I think what's happening here is Baker's really opening up this game with this passing attack, and it's bound to let these runners
Pick up 7.
break loose with some yardage on the ground. Good balanced attack. Got a second down and a long 4 to go for Baker. Ball at the 19 of East Ascension. Hand off to Alfred Hudson.
Sid, I noticed when he was giving the lineups there a while ago, East Ascension's got a player number 77 by the name of one of the fathers on our football team, David Womack, who of course has a son, number 10, Chris Womack, plays in the defensive secondary for Baker. But I thought you was calling that one of the daddies that had switched sides there for a minute.
He's not quite that big.
No, David's not as big as that number 77.
Hand off to number 2. Alfred Hudson, he's down to about the 11-yard line. Well, officials are marking it right on the 10-yard line. It's going to bring up another first down for the Buffaloes.
It appears that they probably won't have enough to get a first down without being in the end zone. See, the tip of the football is right on the chalk mark of the 10-yard line, so we don't need a first down. We need some points on the board in there.
The way they moving the ball, they really an impressive drive. Hope they can punch it in. Hand off to Theron Duncan. Ooh, one man caught him. Number 34 there for East Ascension. Stopped him.
Well, see, if it hadn't been for number 34, that was pay dirt. I thought he was going in. I thought he had the momentum, and out of nowhere, 34 catches him by the heels. That was a fine tackle by number 34, whoever he is.
Baker's offensive line is doing a real fine job. I think they got him past weary now, and they're don't seem to be coming quite as quick as they were in the first part of the quarter here. And Baker's line's doing a good job on opening up some holes and bring some people out. Oh, that time East Ascension met him right at the line of scrimmage. Looks like he might have picked up about a yard. Gonna bring up third down and goal from inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, they closed the hole real fast on the Buffaloes that time, Sid. Right off a right tackle, a gain of about a net half a yard, it looked like. It was a good defensive effort by the East Ascension Spartans.
Third down.
Yeah, we see the Spartans lining up on defense on inside the 5-yard line of the Buffaloes, and here comes Chris Mook with his team to the line.
Mook's back to pass on a rollout. He's got Duncan open. Oh, Duncan was right at the goal line, but East Ascension defenders did an excellent job of keeping him out that time.
Well, they sure did, Sid. It appeared that he could catch the football and fall down into the end zone, but his momentum was carrying him in the wrong direction. So that's going to put the Buffaloes in a dire situation here with 4th down and approximately 2 yards to go. The scoreboard has 1 yard to go, but I believe it's going to be closer to 2. Take us in the end zone, Sid.
Matt Young and Bill Bates checked in for the Buffaloes. 4th and 1. Let's see what's going to happen here.
And off goes to Duncan.
Touchdown! Touchdown, Baker.
All right, a little delayed call by the official until he could get up to the pile to see where the ball actually was under all the players, Sid, but it culminated in 6 points for the Baker Buffaloes.
Well, Theron Duncan taking in over the left side.
There we have it with 4 minutes and 46 seconds left to go in the first quarter of play here at Wedge Kai Stadium. You see the points ringing up on the board. Baker Buffaloes take a 6-point lead and be trying for the extra point.
That time, Theron, well, it wasn't Theron Duncan. Wasn't it number 2 that carried the ball? Alfred Hudson? Or was it Duncan? I didn't catch the play. Maybe we can get a replay on.
We might get a look at an instant replay after the extra point here, and we can discover who took the ball in.
Theron Duncan's in for the point after. Looks like it's good. Nope. Officials calling it no good. Well, I wish you could have called it from up here.
Yeah, doggone it. Looked good in the air. It looked like a good kick, and the official said it went off to the right side. So let's see if we can get another shot at the touchdown here.
A reminder that the Baker Athletic
All right, we're trying to, here we go, get another shot at the instant replay of the touchdown.
I think it was number 2. Number 2. No, it's number 4. Number 4. Theron Duncan following his back.
Good second effort that got him into that end zone, see?
He was following number 1, lead block by Tony Sampson, number 2, Alfred Hudson.
Here we are back to the kickoff, live action, folks, with, of course, when you receive this ball game, it'll be a delayed telecast right after the ball game at 10:30, but we're back to the kickoff position for the Buffaloes. We missed the extra point try, and Buffaloes lead East Ascension by a score of 6-0, Sid.
In the kickoff for the Buffs is number 4, Duncan, man who just scored a touchdown for Baker to make it 6-0. He's kicking off deep. Going to number 22.
Kick going to Darville at the 20-yard line. Darville to the 30.
Man's got one man in front of him. Duncan did his job that time. Theron Duncan, safety man, the man that kicked off, made the tackle. That's number 22, Greg. I talked about him earlier. That's Victor Darville. Very dangerous runner, very dangerous runner. Good return. East Ascension brought the ball all the way down to the Baker 37-yard line.
East Ascension had the wedge set up in there, and nobody. It looked like everybody made their block, and of course, it hadn't been for the safety man that could have been paid dirt there. He almost run it back to where the kickoff tee was. About 2 more yards, he'd have been there.
Flag on a play, hand off to number 21.
Got a yellow ribbon on the play on the play that time, indicating the penalty. Let's see what the indication by the official will be. Penalties against the Spartans indicated by the official that it will be illegal procedure. See it against East Ascension. There she's there with the defensive captains for Baker. Number 87, Jimmy Vaughn, and number 54, Barry Cousin. It is against the Spartans. They'll walk it off 5 yards.
Illegal procedure against the Spartans.
I ain't getting any business out. Going on a scrimmage at the 37. Yard loss by the penalty puts it up to 42-yard line.
That's fine.
First and 15.
First and 15 for the Spartans. Number 1, he's got some room on the side. Tackle made by number 22 for Baker.
The ball to the 24-yard line. Taking up a first down for East Ascension.
Steve Morgan in on the play. East Ascension picked up a first down on that play. That was good for better than 15 yards. Pass is complete.
Pass is complete to number 37.
Number 9, Lamar Thomas making its tackle for Baker.
The ball to the 19-yard line.
Cindy, I want to remind everybody tonight's game is brought to the folks in Baker by some sponsors, Superior Ford in Zachary, where you can drive a superior deal. Also by Billy Ann's Flowers and Gifts here in Baker, Louisiana. Owner is Miss Billy Ann Riddle. And Video Systems Maintenance, Don and Barbara Meir, owners and operators.
Bumble on a play. Boy, Baker is really causing the turnover. That's number 15. It's going to be Lynn Howell. Lynn Howell came up with a big interception last week against Broadmoor, and he's come up with a big fumble recovery here tonight.
He sure did, Sid. Lynn did a fine job. We talked about him on the coaches show this week. It appears that he's in the right place at the right time, getting pretty often. And boy, we've never needed one any worse than we needed that one right there. It was getting right down on the inside the 5-yard line. Here we go, maybe with an instant replay. Let's take a look at it again. The East Ascension running back had had got through the line and was tagged on or about the 5-yard line, and here's what took place.
Ladies and gentlemen, on that last play while we were showing you the instant, took the ball handoff around the left side of the line and brought the ball all the way out to the Baker Buffalo 26-yard line. So he brought him out of the hole with a good run. It created a first down. Got him out of the hole. Right now we have a timeout for East Ascension.
But they got back to play a little sooner than we thought they would, Sid. That was kind of our fault. We kept talking and got the instant replay. We wanted the folks to see the fumble recovery. We always like to highlight a kid that does a superb job, and then we got back a little late because there was a good play that time, and Alfred Hudson made a good attempt around the left end. We're going to take a break here while we have a timeout.
That's tomorrow night. Time from 7:30 to 11 o'clock. 150 at the door.
Make any day specials. Starting at just 25 cents, flowers fit any occasion or give them for no reason at all. Billy Ann's is ready to help you with your flower needs day or night. We're easy to reach. When thinking of flowers, all you need to remember to do is dial Florist. Our staff of professionals are ready to serve you. Remember to just dial Florist for Billy Ann's flowers and gifts.
All right, here we are, back to play. Baker's coming out of the huddle, Sidney.
Okay, Baker's got a first down after that run by Alfred Hudson. Brings the ball all the way out to about the 26-yard line. Has a pitch back again to Hudson again. He's got plenty of room. Protecting that ball, man. I like to see a runner carry the ball like that. He did a fine job switching hands that time. Brings the ball all the way out to about the 42-yard line. Greg, we talked about that passing game right at first, but Baker's been picking up good yardage on the ground so far tonight.
Here we are. We recovered a fumble, if you remember, back on the 5-yard line. Here 2 plays later, we've got the football out to the Baker 42-yard line. So Baker Buffaloes have got themselves out of a trap again and managed to come back in a good field position. Folks, also I want to mention tonight that tonight's ball game is brought to you by a new sponsor in Baker, Louisiana, and the food is provided in the press box by Domino's Pizza, and of course their motto is Domino's Pizza Delivers, and they have free delivery service. They are a new business in Baker, Louisiana, and as a member of city government and a member of this community who a lot of these services are provided for by the tax dollar, we're glad to have new businesses in Baker that supplies tax dollars for the necessary projects that we have. And welcome Domino's Pizza.
Well, the penalty was against the Buffs, Greg. It brings up a fumble on a play. Theron Duncan, he picked up his fumble. Recovered his own fumble, but Baker has another loss on the play. It's going to bring up second down and long yardage. Looks like it could be close to second down and 20 for the Buffs.
Said it looked like Duncan mishandled the pitch out that time, and then, of course, the ball dribbled. He managed to pick it up off the turf and regain control of it, but for a net loss in terms of yardage.
That's an obvious passing situation for the Buffs. The ball's back on their 32-yard line, second down and 20. Pass complete to number 6, Ty Thomas. Ty's got a lot of little room out here. Brings it all the way out to the Baker 46-yard line. Well, it's going to bring up third down and about 5 for a first.
Good effort that time. Fine concentration and pass by Chris Mook, the fine senior quarterback for the Baker Buffaloes, who finds his senior receiver, Ty Thomas, open for a nice gain on the play to bring the Buffaloes back into a decent drive position with third down and 5 yards to go, Sid.
Move back to pass again. Throwing deep for Brosette. Oh.
Well, that was a beautiful pass, and Brosette was wide open. He got past his man, Sid, but the position he had to be in was looking square back, bent backwards, looking square back over his body. And of course, you know that's very hard to catch a football that way. But he made a fine effort.
Well, he was there, and the ball was there. It was just a hard pass to catch, and you notice that EA defender was right up in his face, too. Nevertheless, it brings up 4th down and 5 for the Buffaloes. So in the punt for the Buffaloes is number 25, Robert Gerald. Probably gets a pretty decent punt away. Fair catch call for about...
What's Mr. Welsh's first name?
East Ascension will have it first and 10 from around 25-yard line.
Chet Baker's defense for you here. We'll get to it after this next play. Intercepted. Beautiful play by number 54, Barry Causey for the Buffaloes. Beautiful interception. Barry just dropped back a few steps, and the ball was right there. Beautiful interception by number 54, Barry Causey. Greg, that gives us great field position after one play.
Well, his players looks like they're going to beat him to death coming off the field there. That was a fine effort by Barry Causey. Jumped up in the air. Right, there's our instant replay. Fine effort by number 54. Again, gives Baker field position.
That was beautiful. I tell you what, I'm really impressed with the ball game so far tonight with the way Baker's playing. They're executing well, not only on offense but defense alike. And so far tonight, they're playing an excellent ball game. Moved through the ball away that time, and wisely so. I think he realized there was a flag on a play. There was a broken assignment there or something. There was a little confusion, but number 1 over here, Tony Sampson, moved a little premature, and of course he slapped his headgear as soon as he did it. He knew what he did, but those things are going to happen. Penalty is going to go against Baker, however. To set the...
Here we'll get an indication from the head official here. Let's see what he said if we get the camera on it. There we go. Illegal motion against the Baker Buffaloes. Of course, like you said, it's a 5-yard penalty, Sidney.
Brings up the ball back to the 30-yard line, 1st and 15 at the EA 30-yard line.
1st and 15.
Good job that time by number 1, Tony Sampson. Little reverse action play there. Tony brings the ball down to the EA 21-yard line.
Sampson carries. Ball is just outside the 20. Call it 2nd down and 10.
Sid, I want to remind everybody that tonight's ball game is brought to you as a service of Treb Productions. Treb Productions is owned and operated by Mr. Bert Carson and is one of the first production companies, television and radio production companies located in Baker, Louisiana.
Number 2, Hudson, 1st down, all the way down it to about the 11-yard line. That's going to be a 1st down for the Buffaloes.
Like I said, Sid, tonight's ball game brought to us by Treb. That's the end of the first quarter of play here at Wedge Kai Stadium, folks, where the Baker Buffaloes lead the East Ascension Spartans by a score of 6-0, and they're threatening again inside the 15-yard line. We're going to take a break.
Video System Maintenance is locally owned and operated. Your video problems, large or small, are no match for our trained technicians. We provide full in-shop repairs on VCRs, video cameras, and camcorders. We're a factory-authorized Zenith and GE warranty center. We give free estimates and are proud to back our work. Your equipment will be back to peak performance. Open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to noon Saturdays. Come by 427 Charles Avenue in Baker. Video System Maintenance, 775-8155. Coming soon to Baker. A new concept in eating. Shenanigan. A private club restaurant with fine dining in mind. Leave the fast food behind. For more information on limited membership, call 774-6699.
All right, here we go.
Touchdown! Move to Sampson in the corner of the end zone. Beautiful play.
Oh, we slide back into action real fast, Sid, after that commercial break, and here we go. First play from scrimmage into the second quarter. Mook's pass into the end zone to Tony Sampson for another 6 points. And, of course, we'll be going for the extra point conversion here. Of course, Baker missed the first kick. It was off wide to the right. So here we come, the Domino's Pizza Man. Here comes the Domino Pizza Man to service the press box tonight, folks. We want to remind you to patronize Domino's Pizza.
Extra point by Duncan is blocked.
Been blocked. Okay, here with 11 minutes and 54 seconds left to go in the second quarter play at Wedge Sky Stadium, the Baker Buffaloes lead the Spartans of East Ascension by a score of 12-0. Well, yeah, Rick. Good. Glad to have you up here. This is Rick Michaels up in the press box with us, folks, with who's bringing some pizzas up in the press box, man. We really glad to have you in Baker, Louisiana, man. And we've been talking about y'all tonight here on the air, and all the folks at home is going to be talking to y'all over at Domino's Pizza. We appreciate all your help. Stay up here with us a second or two. Don't, Mr. Rick Michael.
Well, Greg, tonight so far, I am extremely impressed with this Buffalo team. They are really playing some good, well-executed football tonight, both offensively and defensively. In the kickoff for Baker is number 4, Duncan, and, of course, deep to receive for East Ascension is number 22, Darville. Extremely exciting runner. That's a beautiful kick. Brings him all the way back to the 3-yard line. Darville's right back up the middle. That time, great defensive effort by Baker. They had red jerseys all over Darville. He brings the ball back out to about the 22-yard line.
Ball is started at the 23-yard line.
Folks, I want to show you real quick what a Domino's Pizza Man looks like. So we got Mr. Rick Michael up here in the press box with us. Here he is, Rick Michael. Rick, glad to have you up here at the ball game tonight, and appreciate what y'all are doing for us, folks. This is what a Domino Pizza Man looks like. So patronize Domino's Pizza. Give them a call. Thank you, Rick. Appreciate it.
That time, East Ascension tried to run left side line and will run out of bounds by the Buffaloes. Looks like he might have picked up about 2 yards on the play, bring up 2nd and 8. To set the Baker defense for you, Greg, at nose guard is number 81, Howard Bonaventure. At left tackle is number 73, Terry Causey. At left defensive end is number 87, Big Jimmy Vaughn. At right tackle is big number 77, Matt Young. At right defensive end is number 85, Paul Etch. The linebackers for the Buffaloes are number 54, Barry Causey, and number 11, Alan Walls. At cornerbacks tonight is number 9, Lamar Thomas, and number 22, Steve Morgan. Steve Morgan's at safety. The other safety is number 15, Lynn Howe. And at the other corner is number 8, Alonzo Frank.
Of course, we've seen some action from those fellas tonight in the backfield, especially Lynn Howe making a fine recovery a while ago for the Buffaloes. We've got East Ascension Spartans now down inside their own 30-yard line. Sid, Baker's kept some good field position tonight, and when they didn't have good field position, they made some key turnovers. So we've got the breaks so far tonight. Of course, we made those breaks, too.
That's exactly
good, tough, aggressive football.
Heads-up football. Kids abusing their head out there playing some good. Boy, he had me fooled that time. I saw number 77, Matt Young, take the fake and level that man out there, and I thought he was a ball carrier, but East Ascension fooled even us up here and brings up a first down for the Spartans, brings the ball all the way out to the 37-yard line.
Folks, while y'all watching the ball game tonight, y'all call Domino's Pizza, 774-2166. Domino's Pizza, they deliver. while you're sitting here watching the ball game right now, give them a call. They stay open at 2 a.m. this morning, so give them a call. They'll deliver some pizza while you're watching the Buffaloes.
That was number 11 that time with the tackle, Alan Walls. Allen's playing linebacker for the Buffaloes tonight.
Josh Davis carries. It's to the 38-yard line. Picks up 1, second down and 9.
So far tonight, we hadn't seen him for East Ascension, Greg, but number 80 for East Ascension, that's going to be Sean Trahan, is an exceptional punter. He is an exceptional punter. Last week against Lutcher, he had one for 65 yards and one for 53 yards, and we're talking about fair catch in the air. So this young man has really got a tremendous foot. Boy, he's slipping all kind of tackles out there.
That was a beautiful running effort by that young man, number 21 for East Ascension, George Davis. He was, like you said, he was slipping tackles all over the left side of the line over. I want to remind the folks that this ball game demonstrates a lot of pride in both communities, Gonzales and Baker. Every year, as everybody knows, this ball game is representative of a trophy. It's a mayor's trophy between the two mayors of the two cities, and Baker's been in possession of that trophy for the last several years. East Ascension came here tonight to try to recapture that trophy. So at halftime, we're going to talk to both of the mayors, and then at the end of the game, we'll see the handing of the trophy.
Great defensive effort that time by the Buffaloes. Number 77, Matt Young. Number 11, Alan Wall. Number 87, Jimmy Vaughn. All of them in there, along with number 54, Barry Causey that time. It's going to bring up a punting situation for the East Ascension. This is the first time tonight that they've been able to punt the ball because of the Buffalo turnovers. Back to receive for the Buffaloes is number 1, Tony Sampson. Greg, this number 80, Trahan, is really an exceptional punter, and I think we'll get a chance to see that right here.
Oh, there we have Tony Sampson. Coming back with him is, it appears, number 9.
8, Alonzo Frank.
Okay, number 8.
Nice kick. Bouncing at the Baker.
Well, got an East Ascension roll that time. Got Baker really in a hole. Ball back down on the Baker 2-yard line. So it's going to give Baker 1st and 10 with 8 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in the second quarter of play.
Doggone it, said it was a long kick, and then it looked like our man was in position to field it on the first bounce, and it went right by him, and then scared me for a minute. I thought they was going to get back there and touch it, but they kept ahead in the ball game. But it is down, like you said, inside our 5-yard line on about the 2-yard line, which is a long way to go. That makes it 98 yards to pay dirt for the Baker Buffaloes. I want to remind everybody again that the mayors of both cities, Mayor Pete Heine and Mayor Johnny Berthelot for Gonzales, will be with us up here in the press box at halftime to talk about that mayor's trophy that we'll be playing for tonight. Sid?
Okay, let's see what the Buffs can do deep in their own territory. That's Mook on a sneak. Looked like he got to the line of scrimmage, and that's just about it. They'll bring up 2nd down and 9, looking for a little room to work with down there. Didn't get it.
With 8 minutes and 4 seconds left to go in the first half of play, Baker leads 12-0 here at Wedge Kai Stadium. Again, we want to thank our sponsors of tonight's ball game, Superior Ford and Zachary, Billy Ann's Flowers and Gifts here in Baker, and of course Video Systems Maintenance here in Baker, and along with our new sponsor who is furnishing the groceries in the press box tonight, Domino's Pizza. Give them a call, 774-2166.
Oh, just over his fingertips.
Boy, that is a tremendous effort. He had no opportunity whatsoever to get down that far and catch that football, Sid. But the closer it came down, the more it looked like he was going to get there, and that was strictly by a real strong effort by that little number 1, Tony Sampson, that time.
Exactly right. It's going to bring up a 3rd down for the Buffaloes, 3rd and 10, the ball on the 2-yard line. Sure, they'd like a little bit more room to punt that ball out if they had to. Both Sampson, number 1, and Ty Thomas, number 6, is split wide. Handoff up the middle to number 2. Alfred Hudson brings it out to about the 6-yard line and bring up a punting situation for the Buffaloes.
7-yard line.
Number 25, Robert Gerald's in the punt on 4th down. Number 22, Darville is back deep to receive. He's about on the Baker 40-yard line. Greg, East Ascension stands an excellent opportunity to come out with tremendous field position with this turnover.
Back in punt formation.
Well, we got Robert Gerald standing in the end zone to punt the football.
Beautiful punt by Robert Gerald.
Punt.
Beautiful punt.
Get a roll.
Brings the ball all the way back to the East Ascension 46-yard line. Greg, that was that boy's best effort of the year so far.
That was his best individual effort for punting this year by Robert Gerald out of the end zone, which nobody likes to have to do, but he got the ball down and he punted it to the East Ascension territory where they'll spot it at about the East Ascension 46-yard line. I want to remind everybody, tonight's game is brought to you by Superior Ford in Zachary, where you can drive a superior deal. Patronize these sponsors, folks. Miss Billy Ann Riddle, owner and operator of Billy Ann's Flowers and Gifts here in Baker, and Don and Barbara Meir with Video Systems Maintenance. These folks are the ones responsible for bringing you Baker High School football. Give these folks a call and sponsor these businesses.
Good job that time. That looks like it's number 81, Howard Bonaventure, along with number 77, Big Matt Young. Matt was all over the ball carrier that time.
Looked like Matt made the original contact, Sid, and then Howard was right there with him. That's a great combination up there on that defensive line.
Howard was helping him out, but I believe Big Matt had it under control, don't you?
He did, and it was a fine effort. You're sitting here watching the ball game, folks, tonight. We know you're getting hungry. Domino's Pizza is staying open till 2 a.m. this morning for you, so give them a call at 774-2166. Domino's Pizza delivers.
Good pressure put on the quarterback that time by number 81, Howard Bonaventure for the Buffs. They'll bring up a third down for East Ascension.
Folks, we want to remind you the Coaches Show, it's a 30-minute program, will be aired every week right here on Channel 7 on Tuesdays at 5:30. Every Tuesday at 5:30, we'll have the Baker High School head coach, along with yours truly, Greg Allen, with the Baker High School Coaches Show to show you highlights of previous films and talk about the games to come. Tuesday at 5:30.
Incomplete out here on the sideline.
Boy, it was a bad toss-up, and one of Baker's players got their hands on the ball, but it was just a little too high for them to make the interception, but it was close.
Fans are showing their appreciation for that Buffalo defense.
Right here with 5 minutes and 56 seconds left to go in the first half of play at Wedge Kai Stadium, the Buffaloes so far have taken it to the Spartans of East Ascension by a score of 12-0, folks.
Well, we're almost in the exact same position we were just a few minutes ago before those turnovers. Back to punt is number 80. Is a flag on the plate. Punt's going. Beautiful kick, driving Sampson back to the ball's down again, right on the 2-yard line, Greg.
Well, we have a flag on the play, and one of the officials on the field, one of the officials back up the field here are waving their arms like they're going to.
Illegal procedure going
against East Ascension, so they'll have to.
I'm sure they'll decline, take the penalty and make them kick over.
Yeah, when you have the ball that died on the 4-inch line, as the ball just now did, I'm sure Baker's going to elect to make them be penalized 5 yards and have to kick that football over again. An illegal procedure against the Spartans of East Ascension is another break for Baker Buffaloes here at the here at Wedge Kai Stadium tonight. You'll see the official walking off 5 yards there, which will force East Ascension to punt the football again, Sidney. Boy.
I thought we were looking at an instant replay of the last one. This guy can really put a foot into the ball. You saw him drive Sampson back on that last punt.
Well, he did that time what Robert Gerald did. Our backs are lined up to receive the football, but he got a little extra exertion behind it, and it caused it to go over his head.
Well, deep for Baker is number 1, Tony Sampson, and number 9, Lamar Thomas. Let's hope we can get a return out of this one.
Taylor puts the ball at the 39. Calhoun back in punt formation again.
Well, they elected to let the football just hit the ground that time, and it's a lot better field position than it was a while ago when that penalty took place, Sid.
which gives Baker first and 10 with 5 minutes and 32 seconds left to go in the first half. The score is Baker 12, East Ascension nothing, and Baker has a first and 10 on their own 28-yard line.
Looks like we got a little delay on the field here. I want to remind everybody again, Sid, that the mayors of Baker and Gonzales are going to be up here at halftime to talk about the mayor's trophy that this game is being played for. Back to action, Sydney.
Hand off to Duncan. He tried to reverse his steal that time, and the linebackers for East Ascension had good penetration and forced him deep, threw him back for a pretty good loss.
Started at the 21-yard line.
Number 65 is going in the ball game for Baker Buffaloes. That's Brent Causey checking in for the Buffaloes. Second down and 18 for the Buffs. Ball back on Baker 21-yard line. Ty Thomas is split out wide to the left side of the field. Hand off that time to number 2. Good run. All the way out to down into East Ascension territory. That's number 2, a little Alfred Hudson. However, there's a flag on the play.
However, there's a flag back up on the 26-yard line. Flipping against Baker.
Beautiful run that time, well executed play. Blocking was there for him. Hudson did an excellent job of carrying the ball, took it all the way down to the East Ascension 48. However, it's all for naught. Flag on the play, and it is going against the Buffaloes. It's bringing the ball all the way back to the Baker Buffalo 13-yard line. Number 63, Bill Bates, is checking in the ball game. It was a clip call. Clip call against Baker. Number 63, Bill Bates, just checked in for the Buffaloes.
This is the goal line. They'd be on the 14-yard line. Second down, long yardage.
Second long, obvious passing play for the Buffaloes. Luke has plenty of time. He's throwing it long. There it is. Beautiful. 23 for the Buffaloes. Great effort. Beautiful. All right. Woo. Boy, that's beautiful. I mean, beautiful. No flag. That's
Cedric McNeely. Cedric McNeely for the Baker Buffaloes made a spectacular reception and then a more spectacular run.
I've never seen any more personal effort than that little man just put forward. He's a junior. He'll be returning for the Buffaloes next year.
Here we have it. We're going to see this play again, folks. This was one of the most exciting plays I've ever seen at Baker High School. A fine effort by Cedric McNeely. Makes a beautiful catch over his head. Look, gets away from that man, sidesteps that one. Comes back, crosses field. We got a man get an effort that hits him on the heels right there, and he's in the end zone for 6 more points for the Baker Buffaloes. Beautiful. No flags on the play.
Folks, if we get excited here, it's because we are. It's genuine. You can't help but get excited over that.
Boy, that was a great effort by our cameraman that time. He had a good shot on it. That was a beautiful effort by Cedric McNeely, a junior here at Baker High School. Fine reception and fine run. And Greg, I don't know that you could ever say enough about a play like that.
That's exactly right. And let's go back to the snap of the ball. Luke had all day. That offensive line did a tremendous job. He had plenty of time to throw the ball, and that young man let it fly with all he had, and there was Cedric McNeely. Great personal effort. 3 men hit him, and he went in.
Well, it's those guys that never get the recognition that helps spring that thing too, Sidney, as you know.
That's right, those up front men. 51, Mike Oldenhall. 64, Corey Taylor. 63, Bill Bates. 79, Mike Doherty. 72, Pat Holly.
Well, there's a happy man.
Happy
man right there, the new head coach of Baker High School, along with some of his coaching staff, Coach Larry Thomas, and to his left right there, Coach Joe Mook. I was thinking we've seen Coach Stringer there on the sideline. Those men have done a good job putting a fine team together here at Baker High School.
Buffaloes will elect to try for 2. Want to try again?
Well, it appears that the Buffaloes are going to go for 2. There was a little miscue that time. A man stepping up out of the backfield toward the line of scrimmage causes a whistle. I think it's going to be walked off against the Buffalo. So if they had any thought of going for 2, that stretches them about 5 more yards away from the goal line. It's going to give them 8 yards to go for the 2-point conversion, Sid. So they might now, well, it appears they've got the folks in the game to still go for the 2-point conversion. They're leading 18-0. They want to recapture some of those extra points they've missed so far.
There's a snap. Mook's on a rollout. He's throwing back across the grain. The number 6, Ty Thomas, is incomplete.
Boy, he had number 88 that time. John Brosette was wide open in the end zone, but that was a design play. He knew who his receiver was.
That's right.
And he didn't know that Brosette was going to get open like that. That was a fine effort. Anyhow, the Baker Buffaloes, with 4 minutes and 12 seconds left to go here in the first half of play, lead the East Ascension Spartans by a score of 18-0.
Well, we have a break in action here, Greg. I'm sure you'll join me in conveying our heartfelt sympathy for the family of Mr. Bobby Gajon. As you know, Mr. Gajon passed away this week, and we really extend our sympathies to the Gajon family. As many of you know, Mr. Gajon has a son playing on his Baker Buffalo team, as just about all of his sons have played. And, of course, he has the LSU great Hokie Gajon, who is playing right now for the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah,
our sympathies go out to the family.
That's a personal friend of mine, the whole family, Sid, and I want to offer my sympathies to the family. Mr. Gajon's a fine man, and everybody's going to surely miss him.
Good return that time by Darville. He brought it all the way back out to the Baker 40-yard line. Would be 1st and 10. East Ascension 40-yard line be 1st and 10.
East Ascension from their own 40-yard line.
Sid, I want to comment about the Gajon family. As you mentioned, all of those boys came through Baker High School here, and every one of those boys every Sunday is in church. There's not a Sunday goes by that you go in the St. Isidore over there that family's not in church. That's the kind of family they are, and the man responsible for that family was Mr. Bobby Gajon. We're all going to deeply miss him, and I surely am personally.
Darville with the ball. He's tackled by number 8. For Baker, that's Alonzo Frank. Along with number 15, Lynn Howell. Good gain on the play. Brings the ball all the way down into Baker territory at the 42-yard line.
You recall Mr. Gajon stood with us here during the spring game, and he was very sick then, Sid, and he made an effort to get here. And the only thing on his mind, what he kept talking about, is what we were going to do this year for the Baker Buffalo team. We was going to have a cookout for them. And even being as sick as he was thinking about doing something for somebody else.
That's the kind of man he was. He really knew how to enjoy life, and he loved his family and loved sports and loved Baker football. Good defensive effort that time. 54, Barry Causey, along with number 73, Terry Causey. Making the tackle over here after about a 2-yard gain. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8 for East Ascension with 3 minutes and 32 seconds left to go in the first half. Boy, Greg, my legs hurt. I had trouble getting up the stands today. You know, I've been working out on that new inverted leg press machine at Brad's Health Club, and I'm telling you, it does a job. I mean, you know.
The Health Club in Baker, Louisiana. We're going to try to get old Brad to get a commercial up here with us for a long. Brad Bowman.
Good job. All right. Number 85, Paul S. for Baker, got his hands up and deflected that pass.
Well, that was a beautiful effort. The Baker Buffaloes are everywhere tonight so far.
Well, so far tonight, we have seen some perfect execution on the Baker Buffaloes tonight. Young men really got their heads in the ball game, are playing hard-nosed football.
Well, with 3 minutes and 4 seconds left to go in the first half of play, the Baker Buffaloes lead the Spartans of East Ascension by a score of 18-0. And again, we want to remind you, we got two men up here in the press box with us, very important to both of these communities. Mayor Pete Hine, the mayor of Baker, Louisiana, along with the mayor of Gonzales, Mayor Johnny Berthelot, a good friend of all of us, and a fine competitor both in sports and in city government. Both these cities are fine cities. They compete against each other in a lot of different respects. And of course tonight, everybody knows we're playing for the coveted Mayor's Trophy, which we've been playing for many years. And it's offered up as a reward between the high school football game of the East Ascension Spartans and the Baker Buffaloes. We're going to talk to the two mayors at halftime here in the press box and razz them a little bit here and talk about the past rivalry we've had and what we expect in the future. And then at the end of the ball game, we're going to have the award of the trophy to the winning mayor. So stick with us. We're going to talk about the cities of Baker and the cities of Gonzales with the two mayors. Stay with us. Sidney?
Okay, Greg, 3 minutes left to go in the first half. East Ascension's got the ball, back to pass. Incomplete out here, number 22, Darville. Number 54, Barry Causey, was right on his back.
Sid, I want to tell you, I can remember when the mayor of Gonzales, Johnny Berthelot, was one of us, meaning one of us peon councilmen. Now he done got big time up there, and he walks walks in the light of Mayor Pete Hine. So all he does is wave at us from a distance now, but I got him cornered up here now. He's going to have to talk to me personally again like he used to in the old days. We got Miss Jan Noble in the press box with us, going to maybe share a few comments about the halftime activities of the Baker Band and Dance School. Sidney?
As the punt goes down to about the 15, it's down, bouncing all the way down to...
Boy, those fellas have done a terrific job on punting against the Buffaloes tonight, punting us in the hole down there. But
for number 80, Sean Trahan, like I said at the beginning of this telecast, is an exceptional punter, and he's done a job for East Ascension so far tonight.
Ball is started at the 2-yard line. Nose of the ball at the 3, so let's call it the 3-yard line. First and 10 for Baker.
I'm sure East Ascension would love to turn the ball over here and put some points on the board and go into the locker room at halftime with something other than that goose egg on the board. Hand off up the middle that time. Can't see who it is right now. I think it was...
Well, Cindy, looking at that scoreboard with the score 18-0, the two mayors standing up here in the press box looks like a painkiller commercial, the before and after. Looking at the two faces with that score on the scoreboard over there. Of course, Mayor Hine is the happy-looking face right now, and Mayor Johnny Berthelot is a little concerned about his team, but he knows they're competitors and they don't quit. They're like the Baker Buffaloes, so anything can happen with a whole half of football left to go.
Hand off to number 1, Tony Sampson. Tony brings it out to about the 7-yard line, coming up third down for the Buffaloes.
The clock's running, folks, with 1 minute and 53 seconds here at Wedge County Stadium left in the first half of play, and the Baker Buffaloes lead by a score of 18-0.
Number 65, Brent Causey's checking out for the Buffaloes. Number 63, Bill Bates, is going back in. We'll say it's third down and 7 for the Buffaloes.
I guess Coach Thomas will tell the Buffaloes to come out the second half and act like it's a new ball game, Sid, and disregard those 18 points. I'm sure that's what they do, and well, we got flags again.
It's going to be against the Buffaloes, I think. Looks like the left side of the line moved a little early. Illegal procedure against Baker. I'm sure East Ascension will take the penalty and move the ball back closer to the goal line.
Domino's Pizza delivers, folks. We have evidence of that up here in the press box. While you're watching the ball game tonight, they stay open till 2 a.m. They're staying open for you tonight till 2 a.m., so give them a call at 774-2166. They'll deliver the pizza to your house right now while you're watching Baker High School football.
After the penalty, it brings up third down and 9. The ball back on the Baker 3-yard line. Hand off to number 2. Alfred Hudson gets out to the 8-yard line.
Timeout called by East Ascension.
East Ascension is calling the timeout with 1 minute and 9 seconds left to go in the first half of play, and I'm sure they're anticipating trying to get decent field position out of this turnover and try to put some points on the board here before halftime. In the punt for the Buffaloes is number 25, Robert Gerald. Normally, the punter would be number 41, Alton Gajan, but Alton broke a toe earlier in the season in practice, and it's going to be a week or so yet, I think, before he'll be able to come back. But Robert Gerald so far tonight has done an outstanding job of punting the ball for the Buffaloes. Back deep for the East Ascension Spartans is number 22, Darville. Partially blocked. Somebody got a hand on it that time.
Oh, we might have a roughing the punter, Sid. There's a flag in the end zone, and number 25, Robert Gerald, went down after that punt, and officials calling a timeout to discuss the flag on the field. While they're discussing that flag, I want to remind everybody the mayors of both cities, Mayor Pete Heine of Baker and Mayor Johnny Berthold of Gonzales, going to be with us for a few moments here in the press box to talk about the rivalry between these two teams, and then we're going to have a few comments from Miss Jan Noble about the halftime activities of the Baker band. Well, I think that our director is telling us that we're going to have the band and dance corps activities before we talk to the mayors, because we can hold the mayors up. We can't hold that band up. There we go, them domino frisbees. You want to see in the stands, you see frisbees flying in the air right now, folks. Look at the frisbees right there. That's Domino's Pizza is throwing Domino's frisbees into the folks at the stands. Look at them flying all over the place.
Thought that's pizza pie.
I think they've got some. There he goes.
There's Alfred Hudson with the ball all the way out to about the 33-yard line.
Sid, I think these frisbees have some coupons attached to them that says free topping on the pizza, so all those folks are grabbing for those frisbees. We got everybody in the stand excited about the frisbees right now, and they can be with a comfortable lead with 50 seconds left to go in the first half, and Baker has the football, leading the ball game by a score 18-0.
That last carry gave the Buffs a first down. They got the ball first and 10 on the 33-yard line. Ooh, in and out of the hands of Brosette.
Pass intended for Brosette is incomplete.
Brings up a second and 10 with 40 seconds left to go in the first half. Luke's back to pass. He's letting it air out again down here for number 6, Ty Thomas. Incomplete. Bring up a third down and 10 with 32 seconds left to go in the first half of play.
I want to mention our sponsors again, Sid, Superior Ford and Zachary, where you can drive a superior deal. Also, Miss Billy Ann Riddle, owner and operator of Billy Ann's Flowers and Gifts here in Baker, Louisiana, and Video Systems Maintenance. Don and Barbara Meir, owners and operators. Y'all patronize these people, ladies and gentlemen. They're the ones that pay for the airtime to bring this football game to you. So, y'all give these folks a shout.
Luke's back to pass again. Intended for Ty Thomas on the sideline. It's going to bring up a fourth down with 27 seconds left. When you throw these pass plays, they're incomplete. It doesn't run all that much time off the clock. So still, East Ascension still has some time. In the punt for the Buffaloes is number 25, Robert Gerald. Back deep, of course, is number 22 for East Ascension, Darville. Very exciting runner. Also back deep for East Ascension is number 1, Ronnie Jacobs. Looks like they're going for the return. Gerald gets a very high kick. Fair catch called for by number 22. Darville back on his 35-yard line. So it's going to give East Ascension 1st and 10 on their own 35-yard line with 20 seconds left to go in the first half.
36-yard line. 20 seconds remaining in the first half. A reminder that the Interact Club is operating the concession stands. Cold drinks and candy at your
or something like that.
East Ascension back to pass. Number 73, Terry Causey, putting a little pressure on the quarterback. He had to release the ball before he wanted to, and pass was incomplete. Brings up a 2nd down and 10.
Mr. Famous Amos McCullough in the press box with us, a former football player at Baker High School and father of a great athlete that played at Baker High School here, Mr. Craig McCullough. Also, Dr. Craig McCullough now, who's on the sidelines with the Buffalo.
Handoff, number 32. Tackle made by number 54, Barry Causey. Number 11.
Have another timeout on the field.
Wall.
8 seconds left to go in the first half of play, folks. Of course, Baker leading by a score 18-0. East Ascension is going for all the marbles with these 8 seconds left, trying to get some points on the board in the first half of play.
Pass incomplete to number 1, Jacobs on the sideline. He's covered.
There's no time indicated on the scoreboard clocks, isn't it? So here comes the Buffaloes off the field. That'll wind up the first half of play with a score of Baker 18 and the Spartans of East Ascension 0. As the two teams clear the field, the Baker band lined up at the top left-hand corner of your screen will come onto the football field, and at the near side of the field here that you're seeing at the bottom of your screen right now is the dance corps or dance team for Baker. And with me in the press box, Miss Jan Noble. Jan, glad to have you with us up here again and to share a few comments with us. These beautiful girls we're seeing on the sideline here are a product of Baker High School and are successful at what they do because of folks like you. We want to thank you for the efforts that you take with them. And
I enjoy working with them. They work hard.
Got the Baker High School band coming on the field now. And we have them on your screen. Ladies and gentlemen, the Baker High School marching band.
Presenting this evening for your halftime entertainment, the Baker High School marching band under the field direction of your drum major, Jordan Page.
Jordan Page is the drum major. Jan, as we talked about last week, these folks put in a lot of effort, just as much time and effort as the football teams do to bring halftime entertainment to the folks here at Baker, and it is a big part of Baker High School football and entertainment. There's a lot of folks come here for this. They don't come here for football, so we're glad.
There's about 80 members in the band this year, and a lot of them are freshmen this year, so Miss Hurst had to work real hard with them at the beginning for band camp, but they have come a long way, and they really look sharp.
Why don't we tell the folks at home who the band director is?
Captain Hurst, she's been here for many years and has just really done an excellent job with them.
How does, in terms of numbers, how does that stack up, say, with years gone by?
Well, the actual numbers of the band has decreased over the years. It seems that the more courses the kids have to take to graduate from high school, then the less time they have for electives, which means a lot of them cannot participate in activities such as this during the school year. But last week when we played Broadmoor doesn't even have enough right now for a band on the field. So we're very fortunate to have such a strong program still.
That's good, and that's a shame that the high school football is getting to a point like Broadmoor finds themselves in, because that has been an important part of a high school and of a community. Baker Band has a rich history, and they used to have many members of the Baker Band that has excelled and or have notoriety for many things, going to the Rose Bowl parade for one in years gone by. That's always been a pride of Baker to remember and recall that the Baker High School Band did march in the Rose Bowl parade in California. Maybe we're seeing it where more people will get involved and participate. Things go in cycles. We have peaks and valleys. Maybe we went, in terms of membership, to our all-time low. Maybe we're building one back up.
Well, we have increased over last year.
But who do we have there now? Okay.
And Donna Blanchard and Sonia McCurdy, co-captains. The next team will perform a jazz routine to the tune of Bad Boys.
What are we listening to now, Jan?
They're doing a jazz routine to Bad Boys, the popular top 40 hit of recent months.
Jan, there's many ladies in our community that were involved in this activity here at Baker High School in years past. A lot of folks that you see every day in businesses and in the community in general that you probably wouldn't even know that were part of this organization right here.
We have a lot of daughters of dance team members.
Is that right? Well, that's good. I know on the football team, we've got a lot of boys that play football that their dads played for Baker High School too. And in fact, my sons are two to mention that I played and wore the Baker High School Buffalo uniform myself. Sid Gotro played for Baker, and of course his sons are playing now. We have many situations like that. Ladies and gentlemen, the Baker High School marching band and dance team, along with the flag corps. The flag corps is a very important part of this halftime activity out there. You can see them in the foreground behind the Baker band.
And they're an auxiliary group of the band. In the next couple of ball games, watch first feature from the flag team.
Very good. Thank you, Jan, for being with us. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the halftime activities with the Baker High School marching band. Stay with us a moment. We're going to be with the two mayors of Baker, Louisiana, and Gonzales. We'll be back in just a moment. Okay, we're not going to take a break. Yeah, we are. We're going to take a break and be back with the mayors in just a moment. No, we're not. Yes, we are. No, we're not. Yes, we are.
Day special with fun flowers from Billy Ann's. Starting at just $25. Give them for no reason at all. Billy Ann's is ready to help you with your flower needs day or night. We're easy to reach. When thinking of flowers, all you need to remember to do is dial Florist. Our staff of professionals are ready to serve you. Remember to just dial Florist for Billy Ann's flowers and gifts. Video System Maintenance is locally owned and operated. Your video problems, large or small, are no match for our trained technicians. We provide full in-shop repairs on VCRs, video cameras, and camcorders. We're a factory-authorized Zenith and GE warranty center. We give free estimates and are proud to back our work. Your equipment will be back to peak performance. Open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to noon Saturdays. Come by 427 Charles Avenue in Baker. Video System Maintenance, 775-8155. Coming soon to Baker. A new concept in eating. Shenanigans. A private club restaurant with fine dining in mind. Leave the fast food behind. For more information on limited membership, call 774-6699.
Folks, here we are at halftime of the Baker High School, East Ascension High School football game at Wedge Kai Stadium, where the Baker Buffaloes lead the Spartans by a score 18-0. We're in the press box right now with the two mayors of the cities, the mayor of Baker, Mayor Pete Heine, along with the mayor of Gonzales, Mayor Johnny Berthelot, an old friend of all of ours, Pete. And we wanted y'all up here to kind of share with the folks of what we're doing and what Johnny Berthelot's holding in his hand. Now, he don't have possession of that. We just letting him hold it for right now. And this thing goes back a long way. And me and you can remember some sad moments over on their field when we was having to hand this thing over.
That's exactly right, Greg. In fact, I thought they was going to keep it and take possession of it there for a while, but we got it back now, and I'm just letting old Johnny kind of handle it a little bit tonight, but we plan on keeping it, and I'm going to shine it up and rub his nose in it a little bit.
Maybe we're getting to win this thing so many times lately, and we ought to just let them shine it up, let them do the shining, and us do the showing.
I never thought about that. We're going to give that a try. Johnny, it's good to have you back.
I really appreciate being here, and of course, coming up and being a part of this halftime festivity. Thank y'all very much, especially for the pizza, good hot pizza.
Boy, y'all got it going up here. I'm going to want to get in this press box again.
I'm telling you. Johnny, of course, you was on the council for a long time, and you and I served at the same time. Correct. But this thing goes back way before your time as mayor. And, Pete, can you kind of share that with us? When did y'all, who put this together?
We think it started in 1971 or 70. We're really not sure. But Charlie Pasqua, who is a good friend of all of ours, and the executive director of the LMA, he and I were mayors at the time, and we were good buddies just like Johnny and I are. Had this great rivalry, and we said we need to do something. We bought the trophy, the two mayors did, and started back and forth. And it's just gone. The rivalry between these two cities are great. More than in just football.
Oh, that's right.
That's what makes it so great.
It really is. And I want to tell you, you know, these boys are aware on both teams that this trophy exists. I mean,
absolutely.
I came through the gate, and the head coach, he acknowledged that I was here, and he said, Mayor, we're going to try to win it for you. I don't know if y'all realize, but I've been mayor going on my third year, and I hadn't brought it home yet.
Well,
so I kind of been bringing them bad luck. And
Johnny, we appreciate having you with us, but we're going to try to keep your tradition going the way you don't bring it home.
I might not get reelected if I don't get this thing back.
Mayor,
Don't let him have an election yet.
Good.
Okay.
We might work with you.
Yeah.
Mayor Heine and Mayor Johnny Berthelot, we appreciate y'all being up here with us at halftime, and may the best team win as always. And we're going to have y'all on camera at the end of the game. Y'all get out there and make a little show for us.
Okay, thank you, Greg.
Good. Appreciate it.
Okay, buddy.
We're going for a commercial break, folks. We'll be right back.
Make any day special with Fun Flowers from Billy Ann's. Starting at just 25 cents, Fun Flowers fit any occasion or give them for no reason at all. Billy Ann's is ready to help you with your flower needs day or night. We're easy to reach. When thinking of flowers, all you need to remember to do is dial Florist. Our staff of professionals are ready to serve you. Remember to just dial Florist for Billy Ann's flowers and gifts. Video System Maintenance is low problems, large or small, are trained technicians. We provide full in-shop repairs on VCRs, video cameras, and camcorders. We're a factory-authorized Zenith and GE warranty center. We give free estimates and are proud to back our work. Your equipment will be back to peak performance. Open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to noon Saturdays. Come by 427 Charles Avenue in Baker. Video System Maintenance, 775-8155. Coming soon to Baker. A new concept in eating. Shenanigans. A private club restaurant with fine dining in mind. Leave the fast food behind. For more information on limited membership, call 774-6699.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back for the second half of play in a nice game against the Baker High Buffaloes and the East Ascension Spartans. Baker's ahead in this contest, 18-0. Kick goes deep to number 22, Darville. He's back up. He's broke it. Only one man to catch him, Deron Duncan. Duncan pulls him down on the Baker 25-yard line. Excellent return by number 22. We said it at the beginning of the telecast that East Ascension, number 22, he returns all their punts, all their kickoffs, and they like to go with that wedge right up the middle. And so far tonight, they've gotten pretty good return yardage with it. And that time, little number 22, Darville, for East Ascension, broke it, brought it down all the way inside Baker territory, down to the Baker 24-yard line, where they have excellent field position in 1st and 10. Good job defensively that time. Number 87, Jimmy Vaughn. Number 54, Barry Causey. Beautiful job. Threw the man back for a loss. Be second and about 11. Hope you enjoyed that halftime show by the fine Baker Band, Dance Corps. Good defense again. Number 77, Matt Young. Number 81, Howard Bonaventure. Both of them in on that stop. No gain on the play, brings up 3rd down. Well, but gained about a half a yard, brings up 3rd down and a long 10. After trying 2 running plays to no avail, I'd imagine East Ascension in this 3rd down situation to come out throwing the ball. Good defensive play by number 8, Alonzo Frank for Baker. Went up perfectly timed defensive move on his part and broke up the pass intended for number 1 that time. Gonna bring up a 4th down for East Ascension.
4th down, 11.
4th down, 11. I think East Ascension will probably, in this situation, probably a little out of their field goal range and too close to punt, and they are going for it. Back to pass again. He got it complete to number 21. He's got a 1st down. All the way down to the Baker 13-yard line, where it bring up 1st and 10 for East Ascension on the Baker 13-yard line. That time, Baker appeared to have them stopped, and on 4th down, they gambled and went for it, and it paid off.
Go from the 8-yard line.
A little screen pass to the opposite side of the field that time. All the motion went to the right side, and pass went back to the left. Crowd calling for defense on the Baker side of the field. Ball carried right up the middle. Looked like he might have picked up about 2 yards on the play. Bring up 2nd down and 8. Well, 2nd down and goal, rather. Ball on the 6-yard line. Handoff number 21, he's hit by number 87, Jimmy Vaughn, and number 77, Matt Young, but he takes the ball all the way down to the Baker 2-yard line. He's going to bring up 3rd and goal at the Baker 2-yard line. East Ascension apparently calling a timeout, coming to the sidelines to talk to defensive coordinator Milton Broussard is number 11, Alan Walls, number 54, Barry Causey. The entire offensive unit for East Ascension is over on the opposite sideline talking to Coach Van Lambert. And this is really a must situation for East Ascension. They definitely want to put some points on the board coming out here in the second half of their first possession of the second half and moving the ball down to the Baker 1-yard line where it's 3rd and goal from the 1. And of course, the Buffaloes on the other side of the coin definitely want to keep them out. Quarterback sneak, flag on the play. It appears that he broke the plane of the goal line for the touchdown, but no signal was given for the touchdown. But apparently now the penalty went against Baker. The touchdown did occur, and the signal was given for the touchdown. So East Ascension here, with 8 minutes and 44 seconds left in the third quarter, has put 6 points on the board, making a score Baker 18, East Ascension 6. The extra point attempt was no good. So the score now is Baker 18, East Ascension 6, with 8 minutes and 44 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
The offside penalty on the last touchdown will be now implemented on the kickoff.
Baker was offsides on the touchdown play. The penalty was assessed on the ensuing kickoff. So
Nice move going to
kicks going to number 3.
About the 15. That's a 20.
Cedric breaking it down the sideline, brings it all the way out to the Buffalo 45-yard line. Good return on the play. Brings up a 1st and 10 for the Buffaloes on their own 45-yard line. So this is Baker's first possession of the game in the second half. And let's see what the Buffaloes can do now that they've got the ball.
Joseph Moses on the run back, gets to the 43-yard line. Buffaloes from their own 43-yard line.
As pitched back to number 4, Theron Duncan. Ooh, good hard tackle there by East Ascension. Number 34 for East Ascension. It's going to be Ricky Richard. Good hard tackle that time.
Pick up a 1 on the play, second down and 9.
Number 64, Corey Taylor, checking out of the ball game for the Buffs. A second down and 9 play. Mook aired it out that time for number 6, Ty Thomas.
Well, Ty's upset, Sid. It looks like he thought maybe that boy tripped him, and he would know. And it appears that he did trip, but he's indicating that the defender came across behind him and tripped him. I don't know that he had an opportunity to catch that pass, but from here it looked like he had an advantage, an angle on it.
Well, it brings up a third down and 9 for the Buffaloes. Oh, an incompleted pass. Mook's back to pass again. Throw it for number 1, Tony Sampson. Tony Sampson, touchdown.
Wide open.
Beautiful.
Down the right sideline, and Chris Mook just aired that football out, Sid. And little old Tony Sampson, being as fast as he was in the clear down the sideline and just got right in behind that defender for a beautiful, long touchdown pass, touchdown reception.
Chris Mook is having a tremendous night. He's throwing the ball exceptionally well, putting it right on the money, and, of course, the receivers are getting open, and that's why the score at this point is 24-6, Baker.
All right, here it is again. You see Chris Mook back, rocks, and just lets it go. Look at Tony. Steps right in behind his man, right in the pocket. Beautiful play. Tony
Never had
Sampson.
to slow down. His dead run. Beautiful pass play. Baker's going for 2 on the extra point attempt. Got both backs flanked wide. This time he's throwing the Brissett right over the middle. 2 points. So it's 7 minutes and 43 seconds left to go in the third quarter of play. The Baker Buffaloes are ahead of the East Ascension Spartans by 24-6.
Well, that touchdown at East Ascension jumped out and got real quick at the start of the second half of play, the third quarter of play, Sid, has went for no major advantage. The Buffaloes bounce right back and counter that 6 points with 6 points of their own, going back and retaking an 18-point advantage here about midway of the third quarter of play. Sid, so far in a game and a half, a little over a game and a half for the season, the Baker Buffaloes have scored 51 points to their opponent's 12 points. So we're seeing a real strong effort by an offensive team, a Baker offensive team, and a very decent and reputable job by the defense. In the ball game on the kickoff team, number 10, that's Chris Womack for the Baker Buffaloes.
Kicking off for Baker. Ball is going to Galvez. Galvez at the 7. Galvez at the 20. Good.
Baker man's down on the play. Appears to be number 79 for Baker. That's going to be Big Mike Daugherty. He tried to get up on his own and now is having to be assisted by Coach Broussard and a couple of the trainers to get him off the field. There's number 41, Alton Gajon, helping his teammate off the field. Let's hope Big Mike getting injured too severely. Seems to be favoring his left leg, ankle. Number 32 running strong for East Ascension. He brings the ball all the way out to the East Ascension 34-yard line.
That's Pat Bell for East Ascension, 180-pound, 5'8", a senior for the East Ascension Spartans running the ball that time. Looks like we have a player for East Ascension shook up on the field. There he is laying down. It might be a cramp or Charlie horse or something. I see his leg is sticking up in the air, and one of the coaches working with his foot says that's usually the case.
Well, on that last play, number 73, Terry Causey, and number 54, Barry Causey, were the two Buffaloes that made the tackle.
Two Causey boys. They're not related. However, we do have a set of brothers. The Causey boys on the Baker team. Barry Causey does have a brother, but Terry, from what I understand now, is no relation to him.
Barry Causey and Brent Causey are the two brothers that's playing on this Buffalo team, and
that's correct.
They had another brother, Mike Causey, who is a former Baker Buffalo.
I want to mention tonight's sponsor, Sid, Billy Ann's Flowers and Gifts of Baker, Louisiana, and Video Systems Maintenance. And also Superior Ford in Zachary, where you can drive a Superior Ford. Y'all patronize these folks, along with Domino's Pizza. Call Domino's right now for a pizza while you're watching the game. These folks make the ball game possible. They pay the tab, so y'all patronize these.
Fumble on a play. Baker's got the ball, but there is a flag down.
Well, we have several flags on the play, and you could tell in the beginning there was some happening up on the line of scrimmage now as to who did what. I've seen several Baker players move, but when you see several players on the defense move like that, most of the time it's an indication that somebody on the offense did something to alert them and draw them offside.
Well, the penalty's being stepped off against Baker, 5 yards.
Well, if anybody did anything on the offensive team, it was undetected by the officials, folks, as the penalty is being walked off against the Baker Buffaloes.
39-yard line. Gives them a first down at their own 39.
East Ascension has a 1st and 10 at their 39-yard line. The pitch back to Darville. He gets around the end, all the way out into Baker territory at the 49-yard line. Be another first down for East Ascension. East Ascension has 1st and 10 at midfield. 6 minutes and 50 seconds left to play in the 3rd quarter here at Wedge Kai Stadium with the score Baker 24, East Ascension 6. And off to number 21, he's got plenty of room right up the middle, all the way down to the 36-yard line of Baker. Bring up another first down. Baker having a little confusion there in the defense. Last 2 plays from scrimmage resulted in first downs for East Ascension. Got the ball all the way down to the Baker 36-yard line. This is the time that Baker's defense wants to bow its back up here and turn this ball around. You know, certainly don't want East Ascension putting any more points on the board. However, Baker is point-wise in pretty much control of the ball game. Good single effort by Darville that time. He gets it down to the 30, pick up of about 6 to bring up 2nd down and 4.
Sid, the Baker Buffaloes have had a look at that young man standing right there. That's number 41, Alton Gajon, who is a fine defensive linebacker. We talked about him a little earlier tonight. As everyone knows by now, his father passed away earlier this week, Mr. Bobby Gajon, a fine member of the community, a father, and a fine husband, and a Christian man. And we're going to miss that man. And Alton's not in the game right now because he got a little chip bone in his foot, but they said maybe by next week he'll be ready to play some football. So he is a fine linebacker and close to being all-district, all-state material. No 2 ways about it.
Certainly is. That time, East Ascension tried it around the right side of the line. He was stopped by number 81, Howard Bonaventure, number 87, Jimmy Vaughn, along with number 9, Lamar Thomas in on the stop for the Buffaloes. Brings up a 3rd down for East Ascension, and this is a very big 3rd down play for East Ascension. Checking into the ball game is number 88, John Brosette. Checking out is number 85, Paul S. Big 3rd down play here. Baker certainly wants to try to stop them if they can. Hand off to number 22. Good 2nd effort. Greg, they had him stopped at the line of scrimmage. Number 77, Matt Young, hit him along with number 87, Jimmy Vaughn, but a little second effort there got him the first down all the way down to the Baker 24-yard line. So East Ascension comes up with another first down in this drive.
It appears that the Baker team did pop up in there and hit him behind the line of scrimmage and for a deficit on the play, and they managed to let him get out of there. But he was up for lost yardage there for a second.
That's good personal effort on his part. Pass intended for number 32. That's Bell for the Spartans, Pat Bell. Pat doesn't get a lot of credit for East Ascension, but he's a tremendous blocking back for him.
Said little number 21, Robert Sullivan, was right there with him on his pass pattern for Baker. The little number 21, Robert Sullivan, good little defensive back for Baker.
Robertson Jr., he'll be back with the Buffaloes next year. Him and Lamar Thomas both are juniors, and both are playing the corners for the Buffalo right now. Both doing an admirable job.
And Steve Morgan and Lynn Howe at safeties right now for the Buffalo. Yeah.
Interception.
Lynn Howe.
Number 15, Lynn Howe. Comes up with another big turnover. Flag on the play. Looks like it might have been a face mask, maybe. Greg, as we've already spoken about it earlier in the night's game. Lynn Howe came up with a big interception last week against Broadmoor. He came up with a fumble recovery, and now interception.
Well, we got a flag back down this other way too now. Back down the field, we got a flag. They're walking back down. A little video play. Here we go. Here's it. Nice, in right position. Lynn Howe right there picks the football off for the Baker Buffalo. We're going to go back now to the field and see exactly what the question on the play is. We got a flag down and
stepping off
against the Baker Buffaloes.
15 yards against the Buffaloes.
But it still should be in their possession. The interception will count. An infraction took place on or about at the time.
Okay. It was the illegal block on the Buffaloes with the run back, so it occurred after the interception, so Baker does attain possession of the ball. However, they are down deep in their territory, but there was another big turnover by the defense, which gives the Buffaloes, when the East Ascension was threatening deep in Buffalo territory, Buffaloes have the ball now. 1st and 10 on their own 13-yard line. Hand off to number 1, Sampson. Flag on the play.
Sampson carries to the 15-yard line. However, there's a flag on the play. The second ball, 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line.
All right, the official's talking to the captain of the East Ascension team, so it appears it's going to be a clipping penalty against Baker, which they're so deep in their territory right now, they won't get a 15-yard out of it. It'll be a half a distance to the goal from about the 12 or 13-yard line. We'll bring it down to about the 6, and it'll be spotted at the 6-yard line, half the distance to the goal, see?
Number 63, Bill Bates, is checking in the ball game for the Buffs, and number 75, Donald Baker, is coming out of the game. Along with number 64, Corey Taylor's coming out. Got a 1st and 17 for the Buffaloes. Hand off to Duncan. They're on Duncan.
Good effort, almost down to 1st
flag down. Another flag.
It's a late flag, Sid. It's like something happened after the play. Usually that'll indicate something by the defense piling on. Uh-oh, clipping again. We got clipping again against the Baker Buffaloes, and it was a late flag, Sid. The play was already over with. I'd like to get another look at that if we can, because it's going to be a walk-off. Let's see if we can get another look at it real quick. We might in a few seconds get another look at it.
Well, that was a great effort by Theron Duncan. Brought the ball all the way out to the Baker 21-yard line.
Doggone it, that hurts my feelings. Shuckins, man. A beautiful run, and then... and it goes for naught, a clipping penalty, as you see the... Here we go. We're going to get another look at it. Let's see. I think one of the officials indicated number 1, Tony Sampson. Let's see if, in fact, there was anything to that.
First and 12 from the 10.
Well, this is back to live action right here. This isn't the replay. We didn't want to miss this play, so we came back to action on the field. Here we go. We might get a look at the play now. Let's look downfield a little bit. It happened right down near where the tackle was made on the ball carrier, Sidney.
Well, we got a 2nd and 12 here for the Buffaloes. Actually, about a 13, 2nd and 13, the ball on the Baker 10-yard line.
Well, we're searching for the instant replay. We're going back to action again on the field right now, not to miss a play. We're still searching. We can't find the instant replay, but we're looking just a second again.
Hand off to Duncan again. Carries for about 5 yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd down for Buffaloes. Like I say, deep in their own territory. Number 62 is checking in the ball game for the Buffs. That's Bobby Cruz. Baker's always substituted their guards to bring in the plays, and this is something that they've done throughout the years and have continued to do this year. Pass was intended for number 88, Brosset. Mook put it right there. He just couldn't get the handle on it. It's going to bring up a 4th down, a definite punting situation for the Buffaloes. And in the punt tonight,
here we go.
25.
Here we go, Sid. Here's an instant replay on that clipping penalty, I think. Let's see.
Good effort there.
Oh, that would look like a good block by Tony Sampson to me, Sid. The defensive man come up. All right, here we go. Here's a punt.
Nice punt by Robert Gerald. Good hang time. Fair catch call for by number 22, Darville. Once again, Greg, the second half, East Ascension has had pretty decent field position the entire second half so far. They've got the ball 1st and 10 on their own 48-yard line, but has an excellent punt that time by number 25, Robert Gerald, who's a junior for the Buffaloes. And with 2 minutes and 27 seconds left, ladies and gentlemen, in the 3rd quarter, the score still remains Baker 24, East Ascension 6.
Sid, I want to mention, as soon as this plays over with, I want to mention a gentleman that's helped us out a great deal up here.
Good tackle that time made.
I want to mention Mr. Welsh, Councilman Duke Welsh's daddy, his father, who is a very, very fine gentleman and very active in the community for years. Of course, Duke played ball here at Baker, and Mr. Welsh and his family has supported this institution in the past, but we asked Mr. Welsh this past week for a favor to help us out up in this press box, do a little carpentry work to make this thing more suitable to bring the ball game to the folks. And let's take a look at this play a second.
Pass, man's open, number 1. He's got good speed. Good tackle that time by number 22, Steve Morgan, for the Buffaloes. But however, it did result, the pass play did result in a 1st down for the East Ascension Spartans down to the Baker 35-yard line.
All right, see, we asked Mr. Welsh to come up this week and do a little work on the press box, and he's done a fine job of framing these windows in, putting hinges on so they lift up, where all of our camera gear, it was real hamperous for us to work in the conditions we were in, and he's really helped us out. Mr. Welsh, we want to say thank you, and we want to remind all the folks of something that Mr. Welsh is involved in just a moment after this play.
He did an outstanding job on these windows. Number 21 picked up enough for another 1st down, all the way down to the Baker 24-yard line, bring up another 1st down for East Ascension. Greg?
Well, Mr. Welsh kind of has a business of his own going here in Baker, and it's repairs and remodeling of houses, etc. If you have a repair or remodeling job, we're going to get some phone numbers to you a little later, if maybe not tonight, in the weeks to come. And again, he's the kind of people that we want to patronize and give some work to. So we'll put together a little information and share it with you on this program. And y'all give Mr. Welsh a call. He's very, very talented in woodwork, repairs, and modernizations of your home. Looked like a little trick play there for a minute, Sid.
Greg, he tried up the middle and was hit head-on by big Matt Young and a few others, and bounced right off, just spun around, went around the outside, and picked up some good yardage for East Ascension again. Brings up second down and about 3 yards for the first. Ball just outside the 15-yard line of Buffaloes.
Here we are, folks, with 40 seconds left to go in the third quarter at Wedge Kai Stadium, where the Baker Buffaloes at the present time lead the East Ascension Spartans by a score of 24-6. This ball game is for all the marbles in terms of the Mayor's Trophy, so y'all stick around at the end of the game, and we'll see the Mayors meet at the field with the Mayor's Trophy, then see who gets to keep it.
Another first down for the East Ascension Spartans. They're down to the Baker 8-yard line, which is going to give them first and goal. Well, actually the 9-yard line. It's going to give them first and goal from the Baker 9-yard line to East Ascension. On that last play, number 21, Robert Sullivan Jr. for Baker checked in at cornerback. Number 22, Steve Markin checked out. And off to number 22, Darville. Ran into his own man that time. However, number 87, Jimmy Vaughn, had him under control right at about the...
So that winds down the end of the third quarter, Sid. The score, Baker 24, East Ascension 6. We're going to take a break. Be back in a moment.
As we come to the end of the first quarter.
Make any day special with Fun Flowers from Billy Ann's. Starting at just 25 cents, Fun Flowers fit any occasion or give them for no reason at all. Billy Ann's is ready to help you with your flower needs day or night. We're easy to reach. When thinking of flowers, all you need to remember to do is dial Florist. Our staff of professionals are ready to serve you. Remember to just dial Florist for Billy Ann's flowers and gifts. Video System Maintenance is locally owned and operated. Your video problems, large or small, are no match for our trained technicians. We provide full in-shop repairs on VCRs, video cameras, and camcorders. We're a factory-authorized Zenith and GE warranty center. We give free estimates and are proud to back our work. Your equipment will be back to peak performance. Open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to noon Saturdays. Come by 427 Charles Avenue in Baker. Video System Maintenance, 775-8155.
All right, here we are. Back to live action at West Kind Stadium, starting the fourth quarter of play. This will be the first play of the fourth quarter. Baker leads by a score of 24-6 over the Spartans of East Ascension. The Spartans at this time are threatening inside the 10-yard line of the Buffaloes.
And off number 32, touchdown right up the middle.
Well, the first play from scrimmage, Sid, in the fourth quarter. It took 4 seconds of the fourth quarter. The Spartans have closed the gap and hold a 20%, to 50% or 12-point deficit to the Buffaloes at this time, and they missed their first point after conversion. Let's see if the Spartans choose to go for 1 point or the 2-point conversions. Sidney?
Greg, that time was a handoff to the big fullback, number 32, Bell. Right up the middle. Untouched almost.
Spartans electing to go for 2.
Spartans going for 2 here. There's a flag on the play. Referees signaling that there was a delay of game on the white team.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to remind you that tonight's football game is brought to you as a production of Treb Productions here in Baker, Louisiana, the first radio television production company of its kind located in the city of Baker, Louisiana. Owner and operator of Treb Productions is Mr. Bert Carson.
Okay, East Ascension still going for 2 after the penalty. Having East Ascension forced to call for a timeout here. Seemed to be a little confusion in the backfield and between the quarterback and the sidelines, and East Ascension forced to call a timeout here.
Treb Productions, in charge of the ball game tonight, hopes that it is a little bit better than it was last week. I didn't see much wrong with the film on the football game last week, Sid. I thought it was a fine production, and of course Treb is continually excelling, trying to make things better in our community in terms of audio-visual coverage. So I think it's a fine production. He's doing a good job tonight. Their company's doing a good job tonight with all of the folks that they have involved. And we want to say thank you to their camera people, to their sound and video people, and his entire production staff. Thank you, Bert Carson and group.
Well, a try for 2 by East Ascension failed. So the score remains here with 11 minutes, 56 seconds left to go in this contest. Baker Buffaloes 24, East Ascension Spartans 12.
Now there's the scoreboard, Sid. As you can see, with 4 seconds gone in the fourth quarter of play, the Baker Buffaloes lead by a score of 24-12. There in the end zone, you've seen the Baker High School marching band.
Got a few new faces in the ball game for the Buffaloes tonight. Number 70.
Let me fill in on the backfield back there, Sid. Number 84, Will Gotro. I think you know that fella pretty good. We have, of course, Alfred Hudson in the middle there. And on this end will be number 88, John Brosette. Again, to the far side, number 84 is the new face in the game, Mr. Will Gotro for the Baker Buffaloes. Here he comes. Beautiful block. Beautiful block by number 84. Kind of springs the back for another 5 or 6 yards.
Also in on that kickoff was number 70, Jarvis Brookshire. He in the game for the first time tonight. Well, brings the ball out to what, Greg? About the 39-yard line of the Buffaloes. Give Baker 1st and 10 on their own 39. So let's hope they can get some offense generated here and push the ball down inside the Spartan end of the field for the first time in the second half. And off to number 1, Tony Sampson. Good job. Tony was caught behind the line of scrimmage.
Looked like a late hit on the play, but they're ruling the ball dead and no flag. It might have been just the guy in a forward motion that can't stop himself, Sid, but they were acting like it was a fumble recovery, but it was caused by a late hit if there was one.
You're right,
the officials didn't fall for that.
That's right, and there was a beautiful effort that time by number 1, Tony Sampson, who was actually stopped in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage, broke away, and carried the ball out for better than 10 yards and a first down for the Buffaloes at midfield. Pass intended for number 4, Theron Duncan, is incomplete.
All right, here we have the Baker High School cheerleaders and Buffy off to the side there, the Buffy mascot, not the real Buffy who's in the horse trailer, but the Baker High School cheerleaders, beautiful girls that comes to lead the Baker Buffaloes every week and cheer the crowd on to victory. The varsity cheerleaders of Baker High School.
Number 64, Corey Taylor, and number 70, Jarvis Brookshire in the ball game for the Buffs. Split out the outside of the field, number 6, Ty Thomas.
There he is.
Number 1, Tony Sampson. Beautiful reception. Beautiful reception.
Wide open. Wide open, and the defenders converged on him real fast, Sidney, but he kept his concentration, knowing he was going to take a lick like he took. He stayed with concentration, caught that football, and came down on his head.
Beautiful, beautiful. You're right.
There you go. Let's look at it again.
And Greg, give credit to that offense. And I don't think East Ascension has sacked Mook one time tonight.
He's had a long time to throw, which is the key to a successful pass play. Here we go again. Look at him. All right, Chris dropping back in the pocket. Look how much time he has, folks. Just standing there, and he releases the ball. There goes Tony. Now, you know he knew he was fixing to take a lick.
The little man was ready for it and grabbed it at his job. Baker,
all right, we got Coach Thomas going out on the field to talk to the officials right here. I don't know what the problem is, but sounds like some of the fans are getting into the ball game now. Coach Thomas making some gestures to the official. Coach Larry Thomas, folks, the new head coach of Baker, getting a ovation from the crowd as he goes and talks to the official in defense of his Buffaloes and comes back off of the field.
On the last play, Greg, I think probably what Coach Thomas is upset about, the last two times, Tony Sampson, when he carried the ball on the last play, on his pass play, we gave the benefit of the doubt to East Ascension with the momentum carrying those people into him. But on that last play, it appeared to me like that was a late hit, and I'm sure that's what he was upset over.
After the tackle was made, somebody came in after Tony Sampson hit the ground and flipped over.
Right.
They come and hit him again, and I think that's what Coach Thomas is upset about. And knowing the kind of man he is, he's going out there for the defense of those Buffaloes. You can book that. And
nobody can accuse Baker Buffaloes of not playing exciting football. This is exciting football.
Well, here we are threatening with just a minute gone in the fourth quarter. See, the Baker Buffaloes have drove the length of the field.
Bit back to Hudson. He's going in.
And we got a little excitement going on the field here. Ty Thomas into one here.
Well, we don't need this because we whipped them on the scoreboard. We certainly don't need this. Greg, as you may remember, we had this same kind of thing happen once before. We don't need it. They whipping them on the field on the scoreboard. They don't need all of this. Baker coach is doing an excellent job of getting the players off the field. We don't need any of this, and the coaches know it.
Well, I think that it's going to be reckoned with. The Baker High School football team left the bench in its entirety and came out on the field, Sid, which is not apropos. It's really it's not necessary, and I think that they'll hear from their coaching staff while the East Ascension Spartan bench maintained their composure and stayed on the sideline, not taking anything away from Baker Buffaloes or the coaching staff. We just finished talking about what a job this new head coach is doing for Baker, and I'm sure that he's got the situation under control. But there's a little excitement happening on the field. These boys kind of get excited, and they want to be part of this action, every one of them, and things like this take place. But I think it's worth commenting and commemorating the composure of the East Ascension Spartans. They did stay on the sidelines in their entirety.
Well, Greg, what triggered the whole thing, and if we saw the replay, it would show it. There's frustration on this East Ascension team. They came up here to win this ball game just like the Buffaloes did tonight. There's frustration on the team, and that's what triggered this incident. And, of course, hey, the coaches cleared the field. That's what it's all about. They took care of their job, and Baker's on the scoreboard, 30-12.
That's right. These boys have a lot of pride on both sides of this line of scrimmage, Sid. And like Coach Johnny Berthelot from Gonzales said a while ago, the last thing said to him when he's coming in the stadium tonight by the coaches and the team is, Mayor, we're going to win that trophy back for you. And that means a lot. I mean, these guys are fired up, and when you see it being taken away from you like that, even though it's good effort and good solid football, you feel it slipping through your fingers, you get a little rambunctious, and that's what takes place.
Baker going for two. They're going to be denied. That was Alfred Hudson with the ball. Good job that time by the Spartans on the
well, again, Baker's been denied extra points conversion, Sid. It's the score is 30-12, but they hadn't made any extra points tonight. We're going to see some new faces on the field, I feel like, for Baker. We're going to get some of them juniors in there who we know we're going to need next year.
Okay, Greg, in for Baker right now is number 10. That'd be Chris Womack. Also number 66, Tom Cobb. That's number 50 also in the ball game. Mike Gu Allen. Number 30 is also in the ball game. That's Philip Spears. See if we can get you some more numbers, some of the new faces in there. Number 64, where Corey Taylor's been playing for the Buffaloes tonight. I see number 44, that'd be Joel Causey on the field. Folks, if you just tuned in with us tonight, you're going to see an excellent performance here so far tonight by the Baker Buffaloes. These young men have played heads-up ball, really kept their heads in the ball game, and played really hustled and put on a good exposition of football tonight.
Beautiful effort.
Number 44 that time.
Joel Causey.
Joel Causey along with number 66, Tom Cobb.
How many Causeys do we have? There's another one that popped up at Joel Causey.
Joel Causey.
Sid, I want to mention the coaching staff under the direction of head coach Larry Thomas is doing a fine job this year. The defensive coordinator, of course, is Milton Broussard, who's been around doing defense around here for a long time, and coaching the offensive coach Joe Mook, the father, of course, of the quarterback Chris Mook. Coach Joe Mook is doing a terrific job coordinating the offense. And these fellas are fine coaches, individuals, and athletes themselves. I want to also mention Earl Langlois, who's an assistant coach, Ed Brabham, and David Hopper, who are new coaches with the Baker staff. And I don't want to forget a young man who says he congratulates Coach Larry Thomas in his first year for doing such a good job so far. And he always likes to remind Coach Thomas that he's responsible for sending him up the talent that he's given to him to do this job tonight. And that's Coach Richie Orr. Everybody knows Richie. He's famous and important in Baker, Louisiana. And he is, we all know, responsible for the basis of what comes up in Baker High School football from the 9th grade JV team. So we want to congratulate Coach famous Richie Orr. And if he don't get me for that after tonight, I'm
going to take care of you with that. Good pressure on the quarterback. He's getting rid of the ball. Good defensive play that time by number 22, Steve Morgan. Pass was on the money, however. It was complete out to the 44-yard line.
At the 44-yard line.
Bring up a third down.
Sid, right over there is the press box across the way, and up in the upper part, of course, is Mr. Jerry Epperson, the principal of Baker High School. And I want to congratulate Coach Jerry Epperson, the principal, for the fine job in the institution that he does at this institution, along with his assistants, Richie Bullock and Alan Spears. I'm proud to say that my kids have an opportunity to be educated at a fine facility like Baker High School under the direction and administration of these people. And I'm not just saying that, Sid. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. They do a fine job. Halfback play.
Flag on the play. Pass is complete to number 2. Enough for the first down. He's tackled out here by number 8, Alonzo Frank, for the Buffaloes. However, there is a flag on the play.
However, there's a flag on the play.
I want to mention these sponsors again, Sid. Of course, Miss Billy Ann Riddle with Billy Ann's Flowers and Gifts in Baker. Don and Barbara Meir, owners and operators of Video System Maintenance, who is our sponsors, along with Superior Ford and Zachary, where you can drive a superior deal. So let's do business with these folks. I want to remind folks again that Domino's Pizza, while you're watching this game tonight, is open and will be open to 2 a.m. this morning for your convenience. You can call them at 774-2166. If you're hungry while you're watching the Buffaloes right now, give Domino's Pizza a call, and they'll bring you the pizza to your house right now.
Penalty went against the Spartans. It brings the ball back inside the 28-yard line where it's third down and 16 for the Spartans. Pass complete. Looks like he might have slipped. He was tackled out there by number 9, Lamar Thomas. However, it is going to bring up a fourth down. I'm sure East Ascension will punt the ball.
Ball started at the 41-yard line, fourth down.
It was a nice gain on the play, Sid, but of course they were so far down it wasn't enough for the first. And it's, like you said, fourth down and 4. They're going to go into punt formation.
Back deep for Baker is number 1, Tony Sampson, and number 9, Lamar Thomas.
Looks like Baker setting up the return.
Beautiful punt away. Taking Sampson over.
Oh, no, they threw a flag here on the sideline, Sid. And I'm sitting here watching the whole thing that takes place where the flag is dropped. And I want to tell you, I know we're not supposed to say this, but I think this official was looking for something to do. I know we didn't have a camera on this thing, but I had my eye on it just the minute he dropped the flag. Two of our players blocks a player for East Ascension out of bounds, and the East Ascension player was turning around as he was going out of bounds to keep him getting hurt, and then just slid around on the blockers, and this guy drops a flag for a clipping penalty. That's what he's going to call, and that's not good officiating at all. I don't mind saying that.
Well, it's going to bring the Buffaloes deep in their territory, back on about their own 14-yard line, and give the Buffs first and 10 from their 14-yard line with 8 minutes and 41 seconds left to go in the contest.
The ball game tonight is running a little overtime. It's running a little longer than usual. Of course, we had a nice halftime activity up here with the two mayors of the cities, and of course, we're going over a little bit of our allotted time to bring you this game in its entirety. And we want to thank Group W for their cooperation in allowing us to go past our time limit tonight. And that's strictly because of the participation with the mayors in the press box here. We want to thank Group W for allowing that.
62, Bobby Cruz checking in the ball game for number 64, Corey Taylor. Baker has a second down and 10. No gain on that last play. Pitch back to number 2, Alfred Hudson. Alfred's got a little room.
Hudson carries, gets to the 18-yard line. Pick up a 5 yards, third down and 5.
Chris Moog rolling out. Beautiful.
Beautiful. Ty Thomas. Good reception by Ty. Brings the ball out to the 44-yard line, which will be first and 10 for the Buffaloes at their own 44
Sid, I want to say something about that little man just caught that pass. He's tough as nails. I mean, 155 pounds, and that's what it says on the roster. I'm not sure he weighs 155 pounds. Of course, that's Coach Larry Thomas's son. He is tough as nails. Now, he caught that ball. Traffic that he licked, and he knocked one back after they made contact. He is tough. He's just tough a little guy for his I've ever seen in my life.
Here's a replay.
Watch after he makes the reception. He makes the catch here. Now, he knows he's going to get hit. Now, watch him knock a guy down. Watch. Boom, look. A little old bitty guy. He's tough as Thomas.
Baker Crowd giving number 5, Eric Papalaris, a hand. He was injured on that last play and had to be helped off the field. Eric's listed as a...
What's his last name?
Papalaris.
Yeah, sound like an Irishman or something.
Probably is.
That's pretty tough. A lot of your kin folks down in there around East Ascension, I said it.
Yeah, they are.
A lot of the Gautreaux in the East Ascension Parish.
There he is. There he is. Good move. All the way down to about the 38-yard line.
Little Tony Sampson, number 1. Beautiful. Beautiful run.
First down for the Buffaloes.
First down for the Buffaloes.
Ladies and gentlemen, just tuning in, we have 6 minutes and 35 seconds left to go in the ball game. Baker's ahead of East Ascension 30-12. So far tonight, Baker's played an excellent football game. And off to number 2, Alfred Hudson picks up about 2 yards on the play. It's going to bring up second down and 8. The ball on about the 36-yard line.
Hudson carries down to the 30.
You reckon Ty Thomas weighs 155 pounds with his pads on and after he done got out of the shower, heavy cleats and everything?
They must have weighed him dressed out.
They must have weighed him on his daddy's lap or something, man. We get 155 pounds out of him, huh?
Well, as you said,
he is a tough little old ball player. I mean, and a fine young gentleman, too, Sid. I mean, as most of these boys on this team, on this field are. They're they're products of their family life and their parents. And I know the Thomas family and the coach. Aside from being a good coach, Coach Larry Thomas is a Christian man and a fine example for the kids that he's raised right here at Baker High School.
And that keeps his straight.
Well, she's responsible for keeping Larry like that. Of course, it goes on down to the kids, you see. Through the kids, through all of the kids, including Larry. He's not going to like this.
No. We got a big third down play here for the Buffaloes. Luke's on a rollout. He's got number 4, Theron Duncan.
Yeah, gained about 5 yards.
Line. He's going to be short of about 1.5 yards for the first down. We'll bring up a 4th down.
About 1.5 yards, I said.
Right, I kind of look for the Buffaloes to go for this. I don't think there's any question.
Coach Larry Thomas he's indicating on the sideline with a finger motion that move the ball down the field. He's not fixing to do anything foolish like punt the football. We're going for a first down. We got 1.5 yards to go, and he knows he's got a team that can do that. See? Flag on the play. This might
delay a game against the Buffaloes. This might change things.
Well, doggone it, it's not going to change anything because it's going to be a pass play, and they're going to get a lot more yards than what they needed. Well, no, let's see. Now we're going in with the punting squad, see it? So that did make a difference, I guess. And I guess down on the 35-yard line, that might be a good decision. Set them way back down in the hole because a few times they've got some breaks.
Well, before this penalty, it was feasible that Gerald would have kicked the ball into the end zone, which would have brought it out to the 20, so he would have lost but 10 yards on the punt.
He's going for the corner.
Good punt. Good punt.
Up.
Into the end zone.
Well,
bring the ball back out to the 20 and give East Ascension first and 10 with the ball on their own 20 with 4 minutes left to go in this contest.
Ball is brought out to the 20-yard line. First and 10 for East Ascension from their own 20-yard line.
That was a net advantage of about 15 yards, Sid, when they had the ball on the 35-yard line and wind up giving it to East Ascension, letting them take possession on the 20.
They remind you that the St. Louis Children's Research Hospital.
Coach Thomas is calling in his second team defense around him. It looks like he may...
No, he's got his second team defense in the game right now, maybe, huh? No, he don't. He's
still got the first team out there. Got a new quarterback in the ball game for... got a new quarterback in the ball game for East Ascension.
Sid, I see some...
12, Jody Fife.
I see some new jerseys on the East Ascension squad altogether over there, so I think that he's got several new players on the field. Of course, folks, we have 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the 41 seconds left to go in the ball game here at Wedge County Stadium, where the battling Baker Buffaloes lead the Spartans of East Ascension by a score of 30-12. And of course, East Ascension, as you see on your screen, has possession of the football, and we have a situation right now where it is second down and 7 yards to go. Sydney.
Fife's back to throw. He threw the ball in and out of the hands of number 88 for East Ascension. It's going to be Wayne Coleman. He's a new face in the ball game tonight.
Alan Walls was right there with him. Alan Walls, who had an interception tonight also, I think, for the Baker defense, is playing a good ball this year, doing a fine job in the defensive secondary. Number 11, Alan Walls. In the secondary back there, of course, number 22, Steve Morgan, and number 15, Lynn Howe, along with Alan Walls and others. Alan's playing linebacker right now.
Fife airing it out down here.
Beautiful.
Great concentration. Great concentration that time on East Ascension.
The receiver for East Ascension was virtually running backwards at the time he caught that ball, and then the ball started bobbling up in the air, but like you said, he had terrific concentration and managed to maintain possession of the football.
So East Ascension will have first down at the Baker Buffalo 40-yard line.
So where we had them in a hole on the 20-yard line a while ago, and just a couple of plays here, they have moved some 10, 20, 30, 40 yards down the field to the Baker Buffalo 40-yard line.
Russell Landry in at quarterback. Pitches run intended for...
Incomplete. Broken up by number 11. Well, broken up by number 8, Alonzo Frank for the Buffaloes. Bring up second down and 10. The ball at the Baker Buffalo's 40-yard line. Clock is down to 3 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in this contest. Well, we congratulate the Buffaloes and the coaching staff on an excellent job tonight. Baker has came out well prepared, executed their game plan perfectly. Really kept their heads in the ball game tonight, both offensively and defensively, and that's why they got 30 points in the game. Tackle made that time at number 11, Alan Walls for the Buffaloes.
Sid, I want to recall a little instance that took place a little early in the ball game. Number 23, Cedric McNeely, made a fantastic catch and then a superb and super run. And I'm mentioning that because I think it's worthy of recalling it to the memory of the people watching this ball game tonight. That was a superb individual effort by that young man.
Super effort. Cedric's going to be back with the Buffs next year.
Whoa!
Pass is complete, enough for a first down.
Well, Sid, it appears with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the ball game, and the Baker Buffaloes leading by an 18-point margin by a score of 30-12, that this ball game is probably out of reach for the, short of a miracle, out of reach for the Spartans of East Ascension. So we're going to expect to see the two mayors meet on the field at the end of the ball game, and again, I feel like Baker's going to be able to hang on to that mayor's trophy that we're so proud of having here in the city of Baker. Whoa, he's still on his feet.
Well, there was a little fight for the ball in there. I thought maybe Steve Morgan had intercepted for the Buffaloes, but it looks like number 2 for East Ascension, Jeff King, came up with the ball. It's going to bring it all the way down to the Buffalo 13-yard line, where it's going to give East Ascension a 1st and 10 at the Baker 13-yard line. Out of the ball game tonight for the Buffaloes is coming number 11, Alan Walls, who's played a good game tonight for the Buffaloes at linebacker. In for him is number 4, Theron Duncan. That was Duncan in on the tackle that time. The quarterback kept the ball. Took the ball down to the Baker 6-yard line.
Scott Shemaine, number 82, is going in the ball game for the Baker Buffaloes. At left end, taking number 87's place, Jimmy Bond. Scott Shemaine, number 82, and he's tough. He's a tough little ball player himself, isn't he? We're going to see a lot more football from him.
Baker has quite a few juniors playing on his team, Greg.
We got the entire Baker football team coming off the field right now. There we have Buffy down in the end zone, and a couple of young men that's dedicated Baker students that cares for Buffy. We had seen Buffy in the end zone, who is the mascot for the Baker Buffaloes. Here we have the Baker Buffaloes on the sideline talking to their coaching staff. Folks, right here at Wedge County Stadium, East Ascension has possession of the football with 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go in the game. Baker leads by a score of 30-12, and East Ascension has the ball on the near the 6 or 7 yard line with a second down and I believe goal to go. I said.
Well, no, they still can get a first down, Greg. They can go to about the 3-yard line and get a first down.
Yeah, they do. That's right. I can see that on the sideline now. Second down, and it says 6 yards to go.
I think it's actually like 2nd and 4. Ball on the 6.
Or less. I think it might be like 2 or 3 yards that they need to go for a first down. I was looking at the scoreboard clock, but it's an error after looking at the down markers. Here we go. Back to action, Sid.
Pitch back to number 39.
Oh!
He's run out of bounds close to the goal line. It might be enough for a first down. Number 9, Lamar Thomas over there for the Buffaloes.
Now on Reddit series, out of bounds at the 2-yard line. First and goal from the 2.
clock.
They did pick up enough for the first down, so East Ascension, with 1 minute and 14 seconds left to go in this contest, has a 1st and goal to go at the Baker 2-yard line. Handoff up the middle, number 24. He pitched the ball back. Good job defensively that time. Number 73, Terry Causey, and number 8, Alonzo Frank, did not picked up the ball carrier when the ball was pitched back. Didn't take the fake man, and actually looked like he might have lost about a half yard on the play. Bring up 2nd and goal from about the 2.5-yard line.
And we want to thank Treb for producing and bringing this ball game to you tonight.
Whoops, back to number 39. Good defensive job by Baker. Number 8 rather, Alonzo Frank in on the tackle, along with number 22, Steve Morgan.
East Ascension's calling the timeout, Sid, with 32 seconds left to go in the ball game. Right now, so far, we're seeing a great goal line effort by the Baker Buffalo defense. They looked like they had 2 yards to go for a touchdown a while ago. Now it's like 3rd down and 3 according to the scoreboard clock. Right where we're at a disadvantage to see the down marker, so I'm going to have to believe what the scoreboard clock is saying. But there you see Theron Duncan and some of the other Baker Buffaloes waiting for action to be restarted here. Again, I want to mention the faculty and staff of Baker High School and the terrific job that they do. Mr. Jerry Epperson, who is the principal, as we all know, and Mr. Richie Bullock, Alan Spears, who are assistant principals. I want to mention, compliment the athletic director and head coach, Larry Thomas. I want to also mention a group of guys that does a terrific job that makes activity in the football camp much easier on the coaching staff, and that's our trainer, Coach Gerald Harbor, along with the managers Ron Brumlin, Rodney Bratcher, and James Barrett. We want to thank these young men for the job they do, and of course, Coach Gerald Harbor, along with the other members of the coaching staff. We're back to action with 32 seconds left to go. Sid.
We also have another trainer that's not on our program, but Clayton Keller's son. Passes up for grabs. Batted down and caught by number 77, Matt Young. So that turns that thread back around.
Well,
Beautiful
Baker
job that time by number 77. Heads up play by him.
Baker has stopped a threat by East Ascension late in this ball game. With 23 seconds left to go in the game, they attempted a pass attempt on 3rd and 3 at the goal line. And there we had a ball batted in the air and intercepted by the Baker Buffaloes to stymie another East Ascension Spartan drive. Sidney?
We got some new faces in the game for the Buffaloes. At quarterback, we have number 12, Johnny Fletcher. Also at running back, number 25, Robert Gerald. Number 9, Lamar Thomas is in the ball game, along with number 5, Trent Ellis.
All right, I want to mention some folks on the line here. We got number 84 at right end, Will Gotro in the ball game, along with, let's see, we got number 52, Charles Romano, big Charles Romano at right guard. And
number 74, Eric Braham in the ball game.
That's the end of the ball game. We had number 50, Goo Allen got in there that time. That's the end of the ball game, folks, with the score of Baker High School 30, East Ascension Spartans 12. Now we're going to catch the mayor's meeting at the midfield. Hopefully both teams are going onto the field. There's the scoreboard. Baker High School 30, East Ascension 12. Baker's is 2-0 on the regular season. And, of course, they're leading their district and the area football right now as the number 1 team, Sid. Ranked very high in state earlier this week, ranked at number 7. There we have the two teams in the spirit of good sportsmanship, shaking hands, complimenting each other. And at the center of the field, we'll see just to the right of the team here, zoom in here, we see Mayor Pete Heine in the light blue shirt holding the trophy. Along with him is Johnny Berthelot, the mayor of Gonzales. They're shaking hands, of course, with Coach Larry Thomas, athletic director, head coach of Baker High School, Coach Larry Thomas.
Greg, this is what it's all about if we can get the camera back on these two teams. These boys came out here, both teams came ready to win, wanted to win, played their hearts out. And even though we had a little fisticuffs back in the other period, the third period, you see what they're doing right now. They congratulate each other in the spirit of good sportsmanship. And next year you can believe they'll both be back on the field to do battle against each other and get after each other just as hard as they did tonight.
Well,
that's what it's all about.
I think it goes without saying that we're proud of the Baker Buffaloes, and there we see the Mayors again out there with the trophy, handing the trophy to the head coach. It goes without saying we're proud of the Baker Buffaloes as always. There's Coach Larry Thomas with his trophy. But I want to say complimentary and congratulate the coaching staff and administration faculty of East Ascension for the kind of boys that they brought into this stadium tonight in terms of good sportsmanship and good conduct. We're going to wind it down and take a... Okay, we're going to wind the show up while the Buffaloes are gathering with their head coach on the field. And I remind you to be back with us next week. We want to thank you. Thank our sponsors, Superior Ford and Zachary, where you can drive a superior deal, and Billy Ann's Florist in Baker, Louisiana, along with Video Systems Maintenance in Baker, Louisiana. We want to thank Domino's Pizza, where you can call right now and get yourself a pizza. And we want to mention to the folks that we're going to be back on the air next week to bring the Baker Buffaloes. All right, we're seeing the team leave the field.
Buffaloes did an outstanding job tonight, Greg. They've really came out and played well, executed well, and we're really proud of the job that they've done tonight as well as the coaching staff.
All right, back here next week at home is September the 19th. We're going to be meeting South Terrebonne, folks, so y'all be back here with us at Wedge County Stadium at September the 19th, where we will host the South Terrebonne team right here at Baker High School, Wedge County Stadium. Baker is undefeated in their first two outings. Sid, it's a pleasure doing this ball game with you, being a part of this program. Again, I want to thank the production company of Treb for bringing this ball game to the public, and thank Bert Carson, the owner, and all of his staff with Treb for bringing this ball game to us. I want to say good night to the folks, and y'all be back with us next week. This is Greg Allen along with Sid Gotro saying we've really enjoyed it.
Thank you.